What is good, everybody? What's going on? It's Arsenal versus Wolves, and sorry, I am running a little bit late, so I'm just gonna get the team sheet up for you guys. Let me know how you guys are doing. What's up, people? What's up? Okay, so let's get this Arsenal team sheet here. And so some of you may have known or noticed that my Facebook account got hacked. So I deleted my Facebook account. Has caused all kinds of problems for me over the last few days, believe me. And so that's why I'm a little bit disorganized at the moment, but please forgive me for that. Here we are. Let me get the team sheet up. I hope you guys' weekends are going okay as well. It's been a little bit crazy. I've been out in the back garden doing some work and some tidying up, and everything, the time just completely got away from me. So I've got Gary, I've got Tony. Tony, how are you getting on, bro?
Nearly there.
It's nearly there. Gary, what about you? Are you all right, mate?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good.
Excellent. Right, let's go over the team sheet, everybody. It's taken me that long to get it up. And again, I'm in late. Right, team sheet. Let's get this out of the way. Team sheet, we've got Raya in goal, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Kivior is back in the team, so that's the first biggest surprise. I think what he's doing here is trying to go with what he's done before. However, we'll have to see if Havertz plays in the striker role in order for that to happen, because that opens up a ton of things.
Havertz is in the 8. I'm underway. Havertz is in the 8. Jesus is up front.
Okay, right. So he's going with what didn't work at the back end of last season and what didn't work in the Champions League. That's interesting. Arsenal, you guys probably realize that I'm wearing my away shirt. I'm not wearing the Ian Wright shirt anymore. I did promise I would wear it until it broke, and it broke against Bayern Munich when we lost, and it broke against Villa. So it's broken. I'm not going to wear it.
Go on, Trossard.
Yeah.
Take him on. Cross it. Oh, terrible cross. Oh, Havertz. Oh! It was a terrible cross, but Havertz hooked it towards goal, and it's saved on the line by Jose Sarr.
My God, that's a really quick start there. I'm on
terrible cross by Ben White.
I'm on 40 seconds now.
Yeah, you're going to see it now.
Yeah, first attempt by Kai Havertz there, getting his shot on goal on with 40 seconds. Midfield, guys, is Rice, Havertz, and Odegaard, and then up front we've got Saka on the left. Trossard on the left, Saka on the right, Jesus up front. So I don't know what they've seen. They've obviously seen something in training, which is why they're putting Jesus back up the top striker again, who's, in my opinion, just unproven as a striker. Gary, what's your thoughts on the team sheet?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I was surprised Kivior comes back in. Tommy's not even on the bench, so he must have picked up a little niggle.
He said that in the press conference before the game started. Tommy was
I mean, I still wonder what happens to guys like Eddie. You know, they're not getting a look in. You're trying things that haven't previously worked, and expecting a different outcome. You know, so we'll see what happens.
And as I said, you know, Eddie scored 5 goals in 10 starts in the Premier League. That's 1 every 2 games. Which is what you want your striker to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't had a look in for 3 months now.
But it's like I said the other day, Apollo. Like, these guys are good enough when there's injuries. He's good enough to play for 3 months when Jesus is out. But when Jesus comes back, the guy can't get a half.
Yeah, it
makes no sense.
What that tells me, Gary, is he clearly isn't good enough.
Yeah, but why are you good enough when someone's injured? If you're good enough when someone's injured, Tone, and you come on and you score 10 goals or 5 goals in 10 games, and then you're not seen again, how are you meant to prove that you're good enough?
That goal return is good in a small sample, but he never has anything that makes you go, well, can the sample size be increased?
I disagree.
Gary, I'm gonna unfortunately say it the way I feel it. I don't think.
No, that's fine. Listen, everyone's entitled to their opinions, but I believe if you play Eddie enough, he will score more goals than Jesus. It's just a simple thing that I believe.
I honestly think you'd get more goals out of Chidi Martin Obi.
Yeah, I listen. I kind of agree with you there.
All right, guys. Let's say hello to. Let's get rid of the team sheet, by the way, and then say hello to everybody out there. Shout out to Bertram. Bertram, you should have had the link. Yeah, you should have had the link sent to you already. If you want to join. Says more Havertz and no party. Emerson, evening to you, bro. Hope all is well. Hope you're feeling good. Victor, what's happening? Hope you're doing well, Victor. Says today is D-Day. Make or break. Yeah, I 100% agree. If you don't win today, then kiss any chance of the title that you've got. We've got 2 games before
well done,
City
Jesus.
actually plays their next game.
Oh, terrible!
So
what a terrible shot!
If Arsenal win here today and on Tuesday, they can go 4 points clear of Manchester City. No Eddie again, says Cam. Yeah, I know. We were
So Jesus gets a foot in, nicks the ball to Havertz, who lays it back to him, and his shot is dragged 10 yards wide.
No, it's not that far, Gary. It's about 4 yards. It's about 4 or 5 yards, but it's a cutter. It's a grass cutter. It literally.
It was terrible. I think the word you're looking for is tragic.
You could call it. You could call it tragic. I mean, if it goes in goal, then you wouldn't do. But it was never going to do that with the pace that he had on the ball and it going completely along the floor.
Yeah, true, guys.
Just got out of the press there.
I'm on 4 minutes and 40 seconds.
I think I'm about 10 seconds ahead of you guys.
I'm 4:55.
I'm 5:05.
I'm going to leave my one. I was going to mess around with it to catch up to you lot, but I'll leave it there. Emerson, how you doing? Hope you're doing well.
Point that
I'm doing well.
Stan says in relation to your point about Eddie's 5 goals, 3 of them was in one game.
Yeah, and what does that mean?
It doesn't mean anything. Well, so that's actually a positive, not a negative.
That means in all the games he's played, he scored in 3 games.
No, that means that
he scored in the same amount of games.
Hold
on, Gary. How many Arsenal players have scored a hat-trick this season?
Oh,
yeah. Leave the comments. Let me know, guys, because actually I don't know. I do, but I just want you to perk it out.
So does that mean if Haaland had scored 31 goals or Palmer's got 20 goals in the Premier League, but 4 come in one game, that means he shouldn't be top of the leaderboard?
What you have to bear in mind is things like how many of them goals are penalties, how many of them goals are in games where it's like rubbish time. Where
everyone's going crazy about Cole Palmer. He scored 8 penalties. Actually,
exactly. So those are
and 4 other goals in one game.
Yeah, and remember, Eddie does not take penalties for Arsenal. He never has done.
So that's my point. Is what I'm trying to make out is sometimes you look at stats, you have to bear in mind what those stats actually include. Do they include rubbish minutes at the end of the game when teams give up and they know, we're already 3-0 up.
Yeah, that's better from Ben White here. That's better from Arsenal. That's much better. Remember, they actually play better away than they do at home. Bertram says he scored 3 goals against Sheffield. Yeah, Haaland scored 1 against Sheffield. And he's the best striker in the league. And actually, I think he's the only striker in the league that scored a hat-trick against Sheffield United.
That's nothing to write home about, Apollo. They literally are the worst team in the Premier League because they sit at the bottom of the table.
So if they're that bad, Tony, then why hasn't anybody else scored a hat-trick against them? I'm confused.
Your argument doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. What he's saying is, you're saying that Eddie, because he scored a hat-trick against Sheffield United, means he's no good.
No,
we're saying it doesn't matter.
This actually discredits every other striker in the league, because if you're saying Eddie's done something against apparently the worst team in the league.
Where does he rank, Apollo? Amongst strikers in the Premier League, where does he rank?
No, we don't want to have that conversation because you wouldn't
because you're trying to make
we're not. Because we had it last season and you lot didn't like it.
Last season. It makes no difference.
Last season was based on
Ollie Watkins wasn't one of the best strikers.
Last season was based on the points that the Barclays Premier League
last season.
Well, we're not going to talk about it.
Let's talk about this season. Where does Eddie rank among strikers this season?
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that because Eddie ain't played in 4 months.
Because you're going to lose.
We're not going to lose. It's just, we're not going to lose because when you look at the points per game, goals per minute, then your argument goes out the window.
Lose. He's not all that.
Nah, that's you haven't heard what I just said, and it's pointless even going on about it. When you look at goals per minute and you look at the amount of appearances to goals, then it doesn't make sense. It doesn't
So
make
goals
sense.
per minute. Where does he rank, Apollo?
You should know this already, Tony.
No, I'm asking you.
He's actually the highest in our team. Forget about the Premier League. He's actually got the highest goals per minute in our team.
So he should be playing.
Well, he should have been playing from January. That's what Gary's been saying for the last few months. But the fact is, they don't play him.
Gary, are you there?
And this is what started the discussion up. The conclusion was he's not good enough.
Okay,
that was
Emerson.
The conclusion.
Yeah. Reference that question that you said, Paulo. How many Arsenal players have scored a hat trick? Obviously, we know that Nketiah scored it in the Premiership. In fact, 3 Arsenal players have scored a hat trick this season. You're forgetting the academy players.
Yeah, we're not talking about academy though. This is Premier League.
I'm back, Tom. What did you want?
Yeah, sorry. So Gary, Apollo refuses to answer the question. Where do you rank Nketiah in our list of strikers currently?
What, in our list of strikers?
No, yeah, just in our list.
I would actually play him ahead of Jesus up front.
Yeah. Okay.
And I would be inclined to rotate him and Havertz through the middle. I think.
So would that be fair in saying that you rank him number 2?
Why
aren't we pressing the walls?
Probably, yeah. Over. If you had to look at all the strikers, I think what they bring you on a game basis, and in certain games, like what was the game the other day? Like Villa's High Line.
Yeah.
That to me is a perfect game for Eddie.
Because you've clearly made it clear to me that Eddie Nketiah is our number 2 striker in your estimation.
I would say that, yeah.
If he's our number 2 striker, where do you rank him amongst the strikers in the division? Would you put him in the top 10?
Probably not, no. Just outside, top 15.
So, wow. So our second...
Well, the top 10, listen, you're talking the top 10, so you're talking Haaland, you're talking Watkins. I'm just trying to think. I couldn't even name all the strikers in the league, to be perfectly honest with you, Tone.
Ivan Toney.
Ivan Toney. I don't think Ivan Toney. I don't think Ivan Toney's an Arsenal player. I don't think he'll bring anything.
You don't rate him above Eddie Nketiah.
I don't think he'd fit. I don't think he'd fit into our style of play.
Do you rate him above Eddie Nketiah?
In certain aspects of the game, yeah. In other aspects, no.
Odegaard that's hurt. I think Odegaard's hurt.
No, he's fine. He's running around perfectly fine.
He's limping.
No, he's fine.
Yeah, certain aspects of the game. Certain aspects of the game, Tony. Tony has the edge. And in other aspects, I think Eddie has the edge.
I'm gonna give you a question. This is a what if. What if Arsenal have 200 million in the summer and can buy a striker? Do we say sell Jesus and keep Eddie? Yeah, or do we go sell Eddie and buy another striker? What would you do?
I would be inclined to get rid of Jesus.
Okay.
And keep Eddie. That would be my own personal opinion. I think
Eddie would probably be number 2, number 3 striker next year at Arsenal.
Yeah, because if you're going to think we're going to say we signed the Osimhen, he's going to be the number 1 guy, and then Havertz replaces him probably in Arteta's eyes.
Yeah.
And then Eddie...
I honestly think if you buy a striker, it has to be someone to replace Kai Havertz, myself.
Listen, I just... The thing that gets me, I just don't see how you have these players in a squad, you're happy to give them contracts, £100,000 a week, but you're not willing to use them unless there is injuries. And that, to me, just doesn't seem right.
No, I get that. I agree with you.
You know, I mean, that ball that just got played in there from Kivior, Jesus needs 5 yards off the pace.
Yeah, I get that. I don't think he's a 9, Gary. I'm gonna be honest
nor do I.
I don't
nor
think
do I,
he's a
Tony. And I think you've got a perfectly good 9 sitting on the bench for 4 months, who, given the opportunity, may be able to score goals. I mean, look, we was talking the other day when we were talking about Lacazette and how he scored 2 goals all season, I think, or something, whatever was said. And then Eddie comes on and scores the 2 against Chelsea. And from there went on to score a few more. And I believe that season, if Eddie would have played, we would have got top 4. Because someone there that can actually finish chances when Lacazette was struggling so bad.
Go on, Saka.
He didn't get the look in.
Go on, Saka. Go on, Saka. We're in the box. We're in the box. Finish. Ah, too soft. Declan Rice with a shot. Didn't quite get the.
He needed to sweep that with his left. He needed to sweep that with his left foot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I mean, it's interesting. Obviously, you know, we're having a conversation here.
Let's see what the guys say. Victor says Eddie sucks, not good enough. 18 says such a shame that Eddie's goals ain't enough. Cam says if Eddie scores his crap, if he doesn't score his crap, you guys make me laugh. He also says Wolves have 8 injuries to key players too. We can't lose this surely. Victor says I would take a Bamian any day over Eddie. As old as he may be. Bertrand says he's in the squad mainly because of his nationality. Where's the Facebook? No, we haven't got a Facebook stream. We're not going to be able to sort that out for a while. I do want to say, though, shout out to everybody because I give YouTube plenty of love, but I need to give Twitter more love. Shout out to everybody. We've got 217 people watching on Twitter. So shout out to all of you lot on Twitter. Big up Twitter Nation. Big up Twitter Nation.
Good hold-up play from Kai Havertz there that created an opportunity for Martin Odegaard from the shot from outside the area. Took head deflection.
Yeah, I just seen the long ball. Yeah. Havertz been doing that all season, mate. Havertz been doing that all season.
All right. Touch was made just before Havertz got the shot off. So hence it's goal kick.
I said to Bertram last week, if it was down to me, Havertz would be my number 9 for the rest of the season. And it's just they've gone back to Jesus. I don't know what. I don't know. He doesn't. I can
see pros and cons for having Havertz as your 9, but for me, he doesn't react to things in the box quick enough or position himself where he should be.
He's not really a 9, is he? Let's be honest.
No. The only true number 9 in the team is Eddie. Bertram, we already dropped the link in the chat. We already dropped the link in the chat, which about 5 hours ago. You should have it. Check your messenger.
Bertram left the chat. Did he not?
Drop it again for you.
I don't know.
Yeah, he left our chat.
Oh, I don't know because I can't.
I'm going to drop it again.
All right.
So Arsenal have already had 5 attempts on target, 5 attempts, 3 on target, but they've been soft attempts, didn't they, Tone?
Yeah.
No real sort of conviction in any of them.
Shout out to Vincey. I was talking to him today. Big up to Vincey. I know you're busy today, so enjoy the game, bro. Enjoy the game.
Wow, they got away with one. Sargent played the ball out. Havertz got intercepted.
But see, even that one there, Tone, Havertz has got to intercept that with his left foot, not his right.
Yeah.
If he pushes that with his left foot, it's going to roll straight to Jesus.
Yeah.
Because he hits the outside of his right foot, bounces.
Oh, Wolves are in. Well marshalled by Saliba.
Yeah,
Jesus brings a lot of defense.
Under the ball.
That's a good one, Victor, but that only brings the argument home that he should be playing the number 8 position or the number 11. For me, he should be on the left. I've always said that you'll get more from Jesus than Martinelli playing him on the left. It's not even close for me.
I mean, that's an interesting discussion, Apollo, because as I always say, Martinelli is undoubtedly the fastest player in the team. Jesus has no speed. And when you're talking about beating a player down the wing, as we so
Come on, Ben, why take the free kick already?
If I had to bet against a player beating a defender, it would be Jesus, not Martinelli.
Yeah, I would agree with you. The thing is, listen, I was just watching the City game, right? And they brought Doku on.
Yeah.
Doku's got all the trickery in the world, but you know what makes Doku so good? Is that he's left-footed and he plays on the left. So when he goes past someone, he can cross the ball based on the fact that he's beat them on the left, and he can use his left foot, which is his strongest foot, to cross the ball. Which is why I always say, if you put Martinelli on the right,
go on, Deckers. Where are you going? He straightened up in the middle, then started going sideways.
Ooh,
and guess
that
who's
pass!
in the wrong place?
That pass from Raya across the goal, man. Only David Raya. Only David Raya. This is where Declan Rice loves to run.
Close from Raya again. I mean, Rice again.
Can you deliver a pass?
Sorry, close from Rice
just
again.
Missed. Declan Rice just missed the post.
Yeah, close from.
He's got to be.
Close
He's
from
got
Rice,
to be
but
more
this time
accurate
he's
with
right
these.
Yeah, with his right this time.
Yeah, yeah, I'm not sold on that, Victor. Whether a striker or a player is fast doesn't mean that it just doesn't mean anything.
It makes a difference. It makes
as they
a difference
say in Formula One, power is nothing.
no,
control.
I wouldn't say it makes a difference in beating a player at all.
Yeah.
David Beckham wasn't fast. Hold on. David Beckham wasn't fast, but he could beat a player without even thinking about it.
Yeah, but he does a different beating a player. He beats
you
with the ball.
Whoa, Mr. Cox. Back up. Right?
He beats you with a cross.
Yeah, but to beat you with a cross.
He doesn't beat you by going around you physically.
Hold on, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? So if David Beckham's got a defender standing in front of him, he crosses the ball through the defender, does he? No, he beats him on the outside. He beats him on the outside, gains half a yard, and crosses the ball. Still beat the man.
Not often.
9 times out of 10. Trust me.
No,
you go watch videos.
No, you got the wrong player, my friend.
Never.
You got the wrong player.
Never.
David Beckham weren't blessed with speed to beat players like that.
I know he wasn't blessed with speed, but he was blessed with technique to gain half a yard and cross the ball.
I'll tell you what the half a yard comes from, though. The half a yard comes from he's in a position to receive the ball with 5 yards in front of him.
No, the half a yard comes from using his brain to outwit the defender that was facing him.
Yeah, exactly. I would take Trossard and Jesus over Martinelli on the left any day of the week. 18 says, I've come to the conclusion that this isn't the real Tony Cox.
I'm giving a balanced opinion, which I mean everybody as we always say, everybody's allowed their opinion. I'm pretty certain that when Stan gets his opportunity,
that's why we're here.
Probably going to be very similar to mine.
Yeah, that's why we're here. We're here for opinions. I've already written that.
Look at Jesus. Jesus just got put into play. Yeah, he's beat the last man by the throw-in, and what does he do? Turn back into trouble and lose the ball. Now, if you're telling me that this is a guy who can go down the wing and beat players, he was beat by the throw.
Of course he can beat players. He's probably the best dribbler on the team. Tony, name me a better dribbler than Jesus on our team outside of Reece Nelson.
He doesn't do it, Apollo.
Ask them the question. Who's a better dribbler than him?
He's not a dribbler, my friend. He's a trickster.
I think he is. Yeah, I think he is.
You better start watching him a little bit closer, my friend. He doesn't dribble 5 or 10 yards. Yeah? He gets the ball and he turns on a sixpence and he beats a player who's very close to him. He doesn't dribble.
The problem is, once he beats that player, he then wants to beat him again.
Yeah,
when
exactly.
He doesn't need to.
Yeah. You know, remember what I said there, Gary? He plays with his
Stan,
food.
by the way, sorry.
Remember what I said about Jesus? He plays with his dinner too much, man. Plays with his food. Eat the damn food.
He was literally just now thrown the ball, and both players were the wrong side of him because he was standing in an offside position.
Yeah, that's his weakness. He's too hesitant. That's his weakness. Yeah, he's always had it.
So why? If you're a winner of such repute as you're saying, why doesn't he run to the goal?
Because that's Tony. A lot of the players that we have deficiencies. That is his main deficiency. His biggest problem is
he's not a winger.
Of course, he's a winger. He was a winger for 5 years at Man City. Scored 94 goals in 230 games. You're telling me he's not a winger? That don't make no sense, Tony.
Okay, let's listen to reason. Cronky, come in.
Yeah, sure. You want to hear my opinion?
Yeah.
So a couple of things. One is, look, we don't have any dribblers on our team.
Oh, here comes Wolves. Shot
BK,
comes in.
Please, I just watched Doku this morning again. I watched Grealish. I watched Doku. We don't have the dribblers on our team. Martinelli is supposed to be a dribbler, but he looks down too much, like he loses money.
He can't pass. He can't pass.
Well, what I'm saying, he's looking on the ground. That's why he can't see a pass because he's looking for the money he lost on the ground. Jesus is not your traditional. He's a brilliant footballer. The ball on his feet He doesn't run by you, right? He beats you in the same spot, so he's not really moving. That's part of his problem. So he's not shifting the defense, right? He's beating you in the same spot. Like, I can bamboozle you in a tight space, which is what we need sometime in the box. But he's not going to go in the ring and run by you because we need that sometimes. And if you watch, and I'm going to go back to the Doku thing today, which is very important. When he came on the field, you know what City does? Just kept feeding him. Because two people kept marking. So what he was doing was, De Bruyne was running off him, Rodri was running off him, and they were getting the ball in space. That's how they scored their goal. We need winger with that who are dynamic to be able to do that. That's our problem. Now back to Eddie Nketiah, because Apollo loves Eddie. We've been talking about this for years. Eddie's a good footballer, but Eddie's not good enough for us. And that's important, actually. There are levels to this thing. Tony always said there's levels. There's levels. He's not at the level that we need to differentiate ourselves. We're competing with the best
my
teams
God. KVR just got the ball nicked off him. Well done, Captain. Well done, Captain.
So are people injured while KVR is playing?
Tommy is injured. Bertram.
Tommy is a walking injury, isn't he? Like Partey.
Well, this is but Bertram. This is because when you don't.
Come on, finish. Oh my days! You will not.
No, he has no right foot. No right foot by Odegaard, so he loses the ball. No right foot.
No. It's the opportunity is on Saka.
No, I know, but he comes to Odegaard, but he had no right foot, so he had to try to get on his left foot.
Should have got the shot off.
Listen, for any player in this level, if you can't use your other foot from 12 yards out, something's wrong.
He can use it. He's used it plenty of times to score on his right.
No, I was talking about Odegaard.
It wasn't on his right foot. It was on his left foot.
Here's what we're confusing. Me swinging my right foot to hit the ball really well with me using my right foot on a consistent basis. There's a difference, people. There's a difference.
Trossard
just missed a sitter.
Trossard missed his kick.
Yeah, Trossard missed a sitter.
It doesn't normally do that, does he? Arsenal are dominating this game.
Is Partey injured, Apollo? Is Partey injured or he doesn't fit?
No, not that I know. Not that I know.
I just don't get why he's on the bench and he's not playing. I just don't understand.
He's not good enough then.
Yeah, I wasn't able to speak to Zoe yesterday, so
he's always on the bench. So if you're injured, why are you on the bench?
I haven't had no medical.
Ben White's got his knee heavily strapped, hasn't he?
Yeah, he always does.
No, not like that. I've never seen it like that.
It always is, Gal. It always is. And then he rolls
Victor
the
says,
sock
look at
over it.
Iron Robin. Then says Cam says Rice just drove through the midfield and Havertz was in on goal with a simple through ball. Why did he ignore the? Why didn't he just? Yeah, why didn't Rice just play?
Rice is a defender.
Yeah, no, Rice is not party. I think that's the answer to that one.
No, what I'm saying, Rice is a defender. Yeah. He's a defender.
Rich Pro, good to see you, Rich Pro. Eat the food. Stop playing with it. Yeah, that's Jesus. He played with his food too much. And then when he's ready to eat the food call. Because they come on Arsenal, find the goal by any means necessary. See Doku and Grealish or Silva for details. Yeah, I mean, Man City have had years and years and years to build that dynasty, man. And they've done it illegally. So, yeah, we're getting there.
Anybody could have bought Doku. He cost 50 mil, right? Anybody could have bought him.
No, you can't. Yeah. I said my say last week. You can't. We're not good enough right now, and we still need players. And we're not there yet. We're not there.
Yeah,
we're close.
We're
close, but we're not there yet.
We need wingers who can go by people. We love a Neto, but Neto is too injury prone.
Yeah, Neto is too injury prone.
Wow, that's a terrible ball from Saliba. Was it Saliba? Yeah, I think it was Saliba.
So Tony was arguing with me about Saka having a right foot. Have you got enough evidence now, Tony, to justify your position?
No.
He scored some wicked goals with his right.
I agree, but doesn't mean he has one. Doesn't mean he has one.
I don't understand what that means, Bertrand.
No, there's a consistency about my referee can put the ball where I want to put it on a consistent basis. He can.
Okay, I'm gonna give it to you like this, Stan. I'm a 2-footed player, but easily my right foot is way better than my left foot.
Yes, but you're two-footed. There's a difference. He's one-footed, but he
No,
can use
he's
his right
not.
foot periodically. He's
No,
one-footed.
he's just easily got 1 foot better than the other. Yellow card for Leandro Trossard.
Yeah. Rich Post says, come on, 12 men. The panel don't want to turn toxic. What happened to trust in the
No, that wasn't
process?
the yellow card. That wasn't the yellow card.
Yeah, I'm all there with the process, bro. I'm all in.
I mean,
Cannon
the thing
says,
is, the thing that we gotta all say is like, look at what our needs are. Yeah, everybody considers that our needs are a striker. Nobody in the world.
Our needs are every position on the front line. That's our needs. Everybody
says we need a striker. Now, if we need a striker, Eddie can't surely be at the right level. Because if Eddie was at the right level, we wouldn't be saying we need a striker.
Yeah, I think we need a winger.
We need wingers and a striker. We need wingers and a striker. Wingers, not winger, wingers and a striker. I'm sorry, we do. We can't beat anybody. Like,
that's why they was after Rafinha. You know, Rodrigo would be nice.
But we just can't even beat themselves.
Go.
They're so poor in beating people. Sorry.
Hold on, let me see. I think
that was close from Wolves.
Nichan is injured. Yeah, I was just looking at that. Is Nichan injured?
Just been robbed. Kivior's just been robbed.
Kivior is not good enough.
Whoa, we just hit the post.
Oh,
he's not. He shouldn't be playing left back, Tony. And those people like Apollo who are supporting him playing left back is ridiculous.
Because he was
playing well. The kid can't run. He runs like
the Titanic. 5 clean sheets away from home. You had the best defense in the league.
We're dominating people. He cannot run.
That's close. Of course he can't. We know that.
After Sonny showed him up, he should be on the bench watching the games.
They're playing with essentially 4 centre backs.
I mean, I don't know about you guys. I don't know why anybody's worried about the left back slot, because the left back slot, as soon as Jurriën Timber comes back, is his.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Wow.
By the way, Timber, you remember I said to you a month ago that he said he didn't want to play in the under-21 game? Last week he said he doesn't mind. I think he's getting desperate now because
there's none left. There's no under-21 games left.
Yeah, I think there's away games, isn't there?
No.
Yes,
well, Emerson would know.
There's
there's away game.
There's 2 left.
Yeah, there's away. Yeah.
There's 2 left. There's 2 left. Blackburn on Monday, and away to Liverpool the following Monday. And Timber is due to play in that game on Monday.
Yeah, he was under the impression that Arteta would just throw him straight in the first team, but that's not, he didn't do that. So, yeah, he changed his tune pretty quickly.
No, that's good. I'm happy. I like that process. I'd rather protect him, if I'm being honest.
No, he shouldn't play again this season. He shouldn't play.
Guys, 18's asking, what's for dinner? Tony, what's for dinner for you today?
I have had... I've had a cheat day. I had red snapper.
Nice. What about you? Gary's already eating, man.
Go on, beat him. Beat him. Go on.
Burgers.
It's got to be a yellow.
Burgers for Gary. What are you eating today, Emerson?
Referee. Yellow card. Had to be.
Yeah, I don't know why he does that anyway. It's stupid. He just holds.
What are you eating today? What are you eating today, Emerson? Emerson's mic actually has caught up. Emerson's normally on a delay. And what about you?
I've already eaten. I've had a Jamaican patty and a chicken burger.
Wow. That's 2 burgers, man. That's 2 burgers. Bertram, what are you eating today?
I'm vegetarian, so
I know you're vegan.
I haven't figured that out yet.
You haven't figured it out. Okay,
It's only 3:00 here, so I have some time.
Well, I was actually going to go and make a shepherd's pie for my family. They like it when I make a shepherd's pie, but I'm doing this, so I ain't got the time. So my wife has just gone down the road to pick up some fish and chips. So we're having some traditional fish and chips, Bertram, here today.
Oh, okay. That sounds good.
Yeah, we're having some traditional. Right, free kick to Arsenal. Odegaard. I think Wolves would be happy with the results so far because considering how much injuries they've got, I think they've got 6 or 7 injuries.
8.
They've got 8 injuries. So I think they'd be happy with where they are at the moment. But it's been all Arsenal.
Oh, come on, Kivior. Who is that? Literally on a plate for Jesus, and he's just overrun it. Actually, no, it was Kivior, I think. Or was it Kiwior
No, it
who
was
played the ball?
Kiwior played the ball. It was perfect for Jesus, but he doesn't use his left foot.
He doesn't.
He wants to take it.
And
He wants
that's
to
what
take it
I'm
on his
saying,
right.
Gary, that is my point. If you're a winger, like you're saying, that's not wing play. You've got to keep that in.
Yeah, that's not any play. That's not wing striker. That's not.
Wolves has a 15-year-old defender. On
the bench.
Wesley,
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's what I said. They're flooded with injuries, man.
He's a big kid.
Hey, Gary, back in the day, man, Arsenal were blowing teams out 5-6-0 away from home. Don't you enjoy those days now, man? I tell you, you got to treasure the good times, bro. You got to treasure the good times.
We want to see empty stadiums again. Go on, play him in. Lovely. Oh, go on. Odegaard in.
Arsenal, we're in a bit of
Havertz is hurt.
That was a terrible tackle on Havertz, man.
Yeah.
Saka is
down. He's not going to get up anytime soon. Yeah, he's hurt. He's not getting up.
That was a really bad tackle, man. That was a really bad tackle.
The referee should stop play, but he's not.
Yeah, he should.
Is that a red card? Is that a red?
Rice did the same thing. Rice made him get a red. Rice did the same thing.
Is that a red? Is that a red?
Rice decided to give back something.
Out.
The referee doesn't have to stop the game because it's not a head injury.
Yeah.
So Max Kilman gets a yellow card. So does
just caught him on the side of his ankle.
Oh, that's
just caught him on the side of Havertz's ankle.
Oh, that's a red card. That's a red card. That's a red card.
And a move.
Side.
That's a red card. That's a red card. That should be a red card.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's a red card. He didn't touch the ball at all.
Bertrand, that's exactly what I thought. That's why.
That's a red card.
That should be a red card.
That's exactly.
That should get reviewed.
Oh yeah. That's a red.
He needs to look at that.
That's on the inside of the ankle.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah. That's a red. That's a red for me. Hold on, guys.
Yeah.
VAR I'm not sure what's happening. And Havertz
it's basically Declan Rice is Havertz is getting seen to, so the team have come together to have a huddle.
So the manager is giving out his instructions like he normally does.
Technical time.
Yeah. I mean, technically, this is a game you should put Eddie in this game because we should be 3-0 up now.
This is my point, right? He's in the squad. If Jesus is out for 3 months, he plays every game. But Jesus is suddenly back. He's not contributing anything to the game. He's not scoring the goals. And he still can't get kicked.
It's a good save by Ray. I didn't realize
it's an excellent save.
Yeah.
It's what he should save. It's right at him.
No, the ball is that close with that speed.
It's right at him, Bertram. Okay. He should save it.
I hear you, Gary.
Well, it's my opinion, isn't it? If something's right at a goalkeeper, it should be able to get enough on it to keep it out.
I'm baffled how VAR don't look at that tackle.
VAR is incompetent. I'm a VAR supporter, but they're incompetent. This morning, Grealish ball that he handed was a handball. That ball he handed, because you move your hand towards the ball, you didn't move your hand away from the ball. Because he moved towards his butt, they say it's not a handball. It's a handball for penalty in the FA Cup game against City. VAR don't know what they're doing.
Oh, bad mistake from Saliba. Oh, we got away with that. Saliba made a terrible mistake. Played it to their forward, Bueno, and his shot went wide. Who was Saliba aiming for?
He's trying to find Saka like he's a quarterback who's trying to get the ball over the defender.
Not in that position, my friend. Not there.
He's trying to find Saka through the man. That's not a good smart move, Saliba. He's not going to make
terrible.
So you can't make these decisions against better teams. That's part of the problem thing, Tony.
Yeah.
Against much better teams, you pay for it, don't you?
I think Saliba, what he'll do is he wouldn't make that mistake against the bigger teams because he wouldn't take the risk. Against Wolves, you can take a risk. Nice. Go on, Trossard.
Tony, we've got a question from Rich Poe. Can you get it answered, please?
Okay, so sorry guys, if you've just seen
Why you seeing the right foot?
Trossard just plays the ball back to the goalkeeper. Anything else, it should
Yeah, but so he plays with both feet. Why is he not crossing with his left?
Where's his left foot? Doesn't that a left foot cross?
Terrible.
See, now this is another point. If you put Saka on the left, he's left-footed, right? Strongest foot is his left. He can cross the ball with his left foot on the left. He never switches him over. Always leaves him on the right to cut in.
Gabriel could have released the ball there. He would have had a one-on-one. Gabriel made a great tackle in the middle of the park, but he couldn't find the pass to Jesus. Would have been an easy one-on-one.
Yeah, but he couldn't find the pass tone because he didn't use his right foot because he's left-footed. So you try and play with your left foot through the man.
He doesn't have the right foot. He doesn't have the right foot. We know that.
Listen, that's a simple ball. Any professional footballer should be able to play a little 10-yard ball with his opposite foot.
Right now, he should be. I think what he didn't do was, I don't know what the hell he was doing. It just started.
Yeah, he messed that up badly. Because
he played it with his studs.
If he plays it right-footed inside the player that he hits, Jesus runs straight onto a goal.
No, he should play over the top, Tony. Over the top.
That's what I said. That's what I just said, Tony. He used his left foot, the bottom of his left foot, instead of his right foot.
Yeah.
You know, and at this level, that's not good enough.
Tony, did you answer the question?
Chances. We're playing Wolves, and we haven't created any key chances.
Well, nothing of note, Bertram. We've created bits and pieces, but nothing's been in anger.
Yeah, no, we are playing.
They've had the best chance today.
Sufficient intent and quality. I would say that some of the quality, unfortunately, hasn't been there, especially at the top end.
Kiwior came out about it. Don't isolate him. Pressure the ball.
He's beaten again.
Pressure the ball.
Yeah, but where's Trossard is there? I didn't see Trossard. He was the other side of whoever the four is. He's so small, isn't he? I was thinking, where's the Arsenal player running? And all of a sudden, Trossard appeared from behind him.
I want to answer the point made by Rich Poe Sports, and I've been saying this exactly what Rich Poe is saying, that when we assess Arsenal, we must bear in mind that we're up against the biggest juggernaut in football history.
Do you know what? I'm not really interested in that, to be honest. It is what it is. But you know, we take care of ourselves.
See,
you know,
look at what Jesus just done. He beat 3 players 3 times and laid off a nice easy ball. It's very nice. It looks great, but he just does it in the wrong places.
I love that actor, by the way. I thought it was brilliant. I didn't. He relieved pressure, didn't he, and get himself out.
Oh, look, bad loss by Odegaard.
Yeah.
Okay, Trossard could have stayed on his feet there. He would have had a running.
You know, somewhere along the line, we've gone back to complicating football. And when we uncomplicated it after Dubai, it was pretty simple to score goals. And somewhere along the line, we've just gone back, and it's don't even ask me why. I have no idea.
I mean, I've got a question here from Cam. I'm pretty certain all 5 of us will have the same opinion, but I'll wait to see. So my opinion is I would 100% take Alexander Isak. Gary?
I thought we should have got Isak when he was 63 million. Don't even know why we didn't even try to sign him, to be honest. But
no, we have Havertz. We have Havertz. We need Isak for. We have Havertz.
But now you're going to pay 100 million for him. So you've done yourself out of 37 million.
Ben, why did you have tackled him earlier, Ben? Why did you have tackled him earlier, Ben? Why did you have tackled him earlier? You're waiting too long.
Away with it. It's done.
But that's Ben White's defending, Bertram, in a nutshell.
Pressure the man. Jockey and give the man time to go around you.
Stan, would you take Alexander Isak now?
Of course. He's
Emerson.
a brilliant one-on-one footballer. If he gets
And he's Premiership proven.
he's very good. He's a good player. He's a very good player. Very good. Man, he's also injury prone, which is a concern actually. He's very injury prone.
Great ball by Odegaard out to.
Because Saka is out there. 3 men come
That
forward.
was
Make a pass
Trossard, Tone.
Make a pass now. Make a pass now. You're taking too long.
He's on an island. Here we go. He's in the box.
The ball.
Oh.
Doesn't have any right foot. Doesn't have any right foot. So nothing will come of it. Doesn't have any right foot. No right foot. Can't pass the ball to where you want to get to.
Well,
Zero right. I don't care what
he was on his better foot, so he should have found somebody.
No right foot. He can't pass the ball.
We have a goal.
Yeah.
Trossard's just scored.
Don't get too excited, Emerson.
You guys will see it in a minute. That's true.
Great goal.
Well, Jesus created that, didn't he? Jesus created that.
We needed that because we were knocking on the door. We were knocking on the door so much.
Well, Tony, you give Jesus some credit for that, Tony. That's an assist.
To be honest, that's not. It doesn't look like he mishit it.
No, yeah, he did. He did actually.
It looked like it mishit it, but it went in the net, so no one cares. But I mean, we haven't really had a shot still in anger, in my opinion. We haven't had a shot still in anger. You know, it's.
Well, we've had loads of shots, Gary.
Yeah, but I'm talking like that have really tested the goal. Everything's been like tame, hasn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's have a look at. No, it's off the side of his foot, so maybe he didn't miss it.
Oh, brilliant play by Jesus to keep that ball.
He cut across it and it just found it in off the post.
Added on.
It looks like a miss kick to me.
It's a miss kick. It's a miss kick.
No, it's not. It's not.
It's a miss kick. It's a miss kick.
It's not. It's off the side of his boot.
Gary, the ball rolled across his foot. That's not what he intended. The ball rolled across his foot. He missed it. He was going slow too. So it slipped across his foot and ended up in the right place. It's a miss kick. He's going for goal, but it's not where he meant to kick.
They all count, Bertram.
I agree with you. I'm not complaining.
I thought it was in a worse miss kick than that, but it proved to be a slice.
Yeah, exactly. That's not how Trossard scores his goals. He puts a letter in them.
Yes. We're unlucky.
Saka's gone down, guys.
We're unlucky not to be 3 up, but we're lucky to be 1 up. If that makes sense.
Yeah, he just ran into like it looked like he landed wrongly when he kicked the ball.
Still down.
See, but now look at that play from
Jesus.
From Jesus. You know, look.
Once he cuts inside, he's got to let fly.
Why? Why is he letting? Why is he coming out
block
of the box?
That's why he didn't kick it. He sees the block. That's why. He sees the block coming. That's why he didn't kick it. What is Trossard's best position?
He doesn't.
Just curious. He's a good goal scorer, left or right.
His best position is just on the field somewhere.
Somewhere, isn't it? He's not a wing. He's definitely not a winger.
just put him on the grass. Just go play.
He's not a 10. He's not a 9. He's not an 8. I don't know what he is. He just puts the ball in the net.
18 makes the point that we're complaining about Eddie's goals. Now we're complaining about Trossard's goal.
No one was complaining about Trossard's goals. We just said it was a lucky strike.
18. Take a chill pill.
Yeah. Take a chill, man.
Nobody's complaining about the goal. All we're saying is that the goal came off, slipped off his foot.
It was a missed kick, a slice.
It was a slice.
If he meant to do that was skill, but I'll pick the ball up, Raya, man.
No, don't pick it up, Raya. We're going to go to halftime, 1-0 up.
Well up, Hazard.
Someone's got to get closer to that flick on. Remember the days of Alan Smith and Niall Quinn?
Go on, well done. We're in. Too much Odegaard. It's not Odegaard, it's Trossard.
Trossard.
Yeah, he couldn't do anything with that. He couldn't do anything with that.
Too much.
Yeah.
Half time.
1-0. 1-0.
Half time. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot to unpick when you look at Arsenal, and particularly when we be analytical about position play. You know, we've got great players. Let's not forget that we've got great players, but position play is very important. And ultimately, we have Martinelli out on the wing, our fastest player, who brings something. I understand what he brings, because on his day, there is no winger better than Martinelli. But we know what his fallibility is. We know that he's, too often found looking at his toes as opposed to looking ahead and finding a pass. We also know his delivery is terrible. None of us can work out the position for Trossard. We all know that Havertz is good, but he's not a number 9. So, positionally, I feel kind of poor in at least 2 out of those 3 front positions. At least.
So Smith Rowe, Havertz, Trossard. We have quite a few players don't have any positions, I mean, set position that you say, you know what, they can nail down a spot in this given position. We have quite a few players out there. It's about 4 or 5 of them. Vieira is probably another one too. I don't know where Vieira's position is, because they're not 8s, they're not 9s, they're not 10s, they're not wingers. It's good football.
Yeah. I actually think Fabio Vieira has possibly got one of the best options in terms of position. I just think the manager keeps playing him out of that position, because when he plays him out the wing for Saka, I just don't think that's his position. Whereas when he plays the 10,
yeah,
he's the 10. He's the 10.
Yeah.
I just think that you've got to play him in that position. But this manager likes to play players out of their position, as in Kivior out as a left back, as in Ben White out as a right back.
Poor Kivior. You must be saying, what am I doing out here by myself? This is awful.
He's actually playing it. If you think of how much players that Arteta has bought from various other teams and just hasn't really got a chance, at least Kivior's playing. You have to think
default, by force, not by because of it's a strategy. It's by force.
Yeah, he's only because he's the only player that he's got to play in that position today.
It's not by design.
Yeah, look, I'm with Tony Cox where you got to find some sort of middle ground, right? You can't say he doesn't give the fringe players enough time, and then when he does, sort of bash him for it. We need a level of squad rotation all over the field.
No,
in a game like this, what I would like to see is I'd like to see Smith Rowe Nelson come on in the second half and probably someone in the midfield to alleviate the pressure and the time that Rice has, because the team has looked jaded. So if you get another goal in the second half early, use that time to make some subs.
I mean, you're absolutely right, Apollo, because I don't understand why, if Partey is fit, as Bertram has alluded to over and over, why he's not getting game time. 100%. He is quite easily the best attacking centre-back that we have in our team. I love what Declan Rice does, but he can't tie Partey's shoelaces.
Yeah,
but that made no sense why Partey didn't even come on against Munich.
By Munich, yeah, I don't understand it, Gary.
And it's you got him on the bench again, but I just don't. It just makes no sense.
It makes no sense. None of us can make sense of it, of what Arteta is doing in relation to some of these players. I brought up a graphic here, guys. Do we think we're going to get another 0?
Yeah, I do.
I would say so. Yeah,
we should.
I would say so.
No, we should.
I mean,
Go on, Apollo. Sorry.
So Wolves are a decent team. They're just suffering a lot of injuries. They've had 3 shots and 2 on target. Normally, we don't let a shot on target. So the fact that we've had 2 on target today shows that it's more about us than about them. So that's a little bit with.
Yeah, I think sometimes Arsenal are the masters of their own downfall. We saw Saliba give away a cheap ball, didn't it? That could have led to a shot on target and maybe a goal. Ben White again doesn't get close to his man and allows the ball to come in. It's about what we do rather than what other teams do.
Yeah, I agree. Rich Poe, always good to hear from you. Rich Poe says, where are the footballing stocks of Saka right now? His form has never questioned England's Euro 24 hopes. Look, Saka's an incredible talent. There's no doubt about it. That's not disputable. But we had the conversation a couple of weeks back. You probably may have missed it when we were talking about Victor Jr. And I was saying that's what a player looks like who's fulfilled his potential. And I don't think Saka has. So Saka's incrementally improving year on year. He's not there yet. He's only 22. But you just look at the numbers he's putting up. That's without even playing well. You know, last season he played better than this season and put up less numbers. This season, especially in the Champions League, his Champions League numbers, very few players. In fact, I think he's tied with Harry Kane for the most goals and assists. I'm sure there's someone else in there as well. It's maybe Mbappe, but he's tied with the top producers in the Champions League this season before they got knocked out. So he's getting the numbers done, which shows a different side to his game, I guess, because there's nothing worse than not playing well and not producing. And I'm not saying he's not playing well. I think he's playing okay, but he can be playing a hell of a lot better. Like a game like today, he should be just dominating them. He should be dominating them. He should be giving you like Mo Salah performances. And that's the reason why when it comes to him and Mo Salah, I'm always going to go with Mo Salah because Mo Salah just does not stop. He just does not switch off. And for me, I think sometimes Saka goes too far out on an island where he's just not involved in the game. And then his performances are too dependent on Ben White's support. So I think that there's a few things for him to work on in his game. So that's where I think his stock is right now in regards to that question.
I think you mentioned that Saka's only 22, but Vinicius Jr. is only 23. It's a difference in player, Apollo, isn't it? Vinny Jr. is the guy that wants to run with the ball, got blistering pace, you know, beats you on the inside, beats you on the outside. Saka's maybe not the same type of winger, in my opinion. Tone, you're on mute.
He's definitely not that type of player. I mean, you could name a dozen wingers who play with more attacking intention. And I'll even bring in names like Alan Saint-Maximin, because Alan Saint-Maximin would dazzle you with great blistering displays of dribbling. He'd dribble you inside, outside. Saka is not that kind of guy. He doesn't do it.
Saka's a creator, isn't he? He can cross the ball, he can score a goal, but he's not the guy that's going to beat people on the regular.
And also, I have to say that look at the team that Vic Jr. is playing with now. They've just knocked out Manchester City in the Champions League. They'll probably go on to win the Champions League.
I mean, the thing I must point out, Apollo, is it doesn't matter what team you're playing in. If you're a wonderful winger, hang on. If you're a wonderful winger, everybody can see it. Yeah. I think everybody can see how good Moussa Diaby is. And he's not even first choice for Villa.
Yeah.
Everyone knows
how
good
him.
Leon Bailey is.
Yeah, I wanted
Everybody can see how good Rafinha was when he was at Leeds and he was playing in a rubbish team.
And Rodrigo.
Guys,
and Rodrigo.
Yeah, here's what's interesting. Saka's stats doesn't align with his performance. He has world-class stats and he's been just plain average, which is a contradiction. Most time you do your rating, Apollo, he's getting between 6 and 5s for most of this. You go check your ratings. His stats are world class. He's probably the best stats for a wing in the Premier League right now. Maybe second to Palmer, probably. But Palmer has 8 penalties or 9 penalties in his 20 goals.
Yeah.
Right? Saka's stats are probably better just in terms of Saka has penalties in his too, but overall it's probably similar. Saka's performances have nothing to do with his stats. That's a weird thing to say. That makes no sense. It's illogical. They don't correlate. I still have to say to people, which is
I
doesn't dominate. I can't tell one game Saka's dominated all season.
Yeah, because I mean, when I speak to people who tune into this podcast and other podcasts, Deluded Gunner, AFTV, and all that stuff, the fans always say to me, "Why is it we're so hard on our players? Like when they do well?" And quite frankly, I ain't got an answer for that. I don't know, because what I do know is I've seen fans from other team like laud their players, like love their players when they're not playing well, scoring goals, and it's just like part of the game. And
It's
that's the point.
expectation, isn't it, Apollo? It's
It is. It
expectation.
is. It is. But that's the point I just made in terms of there's nothing worse than not playing well and not scoring.
So do
I think-
those same fans complain when they get lauded? Do they complain that we laud them too much when they do well?
And I think that I have not heard any rival fan talk about any of their players who is playing average but still scoring goals. Like
they
you know,
do.
Haaland gets
do it.
slaughtered. Haaland is the leading goal scorer in the Premier League. He's been called a League 2 striker. What are we talking
not
about?
by us. Not
But
sorry,
but you're
sorry.
saying
Not
by
by
Man
their
City
fans, but by us.
by the Roy Kings of the world. He's been
Yeah.
slaughtered by pundit who says, you know what? He's poor. He's not involved in the game. His stats
Yeah,
Not
are
by their
that's
fans,
true.
Bertrand. Not by their
Drew
fans.
does say that. If you listen
No,
to
I've
Drew
not-
on our
I
chat,
talk to him every day, and he's never.
Drew tells you that.
He might say he's not playing well, but he'll still say he's the best striker in the world.
Oh
when
no,
you
but
consider
let's
what
be
Kane's
honest.
doing.
Let's get this right, Apollo. You can be the best striker in the world. That does not make you the greatest footballer in the world. Yeah, Gary Lineker is a classic case in point. Gary Lineker was no footballer, but he could finish a goal. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we
just because you have goal scoring credentials does not mean that you're the best footballer on the team.
You know,
No.
Apollo, here's what's
I'll
interesting.
make you right, son.
When you listen to AFTV, you know what they say about Saka when you have a bad game, which is normal nowadays? You had a quiet game. They will slaughter other players and say he played poorly or he played average. They say he has a quiet game. That's euphemism to say, you know what? I'm not going to criticize him harsh because I know
But my point, Bertrand, my point is that when you look at the players from our rival teams, they play like that as well.
they get
and they're
Apollo. Some of them get crucified.
Okay.
I know players people support Man U. They start to support Villa now.
Man
Because
United
Oh,
fans slaughter their own players.
Lord.
And if you want to hear
That's 'cause they're a
slaughteration
crap
of your own
team.
players, if you want to hear
That's 'cause they're
slaughteration of
shit.
your own players, go listen to Expressions, because Expressions kills his Tottenham team week in and week out. Every
Yeah.
time they win, he thinks they're the best thing since sliced bread.
Yeah, I
And
know.
when the other day he was going crazy, man, when they lost 4-0.
He loses it. I love the guy. I love his content. I do. I love his content. But you know what? You have to also consider is Arsenal has the highest number of fans and the highest number of fan online pages. So our protestations are heightened because we have so many people saying it. Other teams don't have nowhere near as many fan channels as Arsenal. Nobody else has that.
It's a good question. That's good by Andrew there above. In terms of Shearer and Harry Kane, they're both two different. Well, they're on the same coin.
I'll tell
They're
you,
two different sides. Those two, the amount of penalties between them. If I think
I'm telling you something. If Man City would have got Harry Kane, he would have scored just as many goals as Haaland, but he would have contributed in other areas where Haaland don't.
Oh yeah,
I
big time.
agree.
Yeah,
I
is true.
agree with that 100%.
yeah, big time.
I agree with that too. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with Andrew again. Give Saka a break. He has a lot of. Actually, I think was it Gary or Vinci? About 3 weeks ago, one of them said that he's injured. He's just not.
Yeah, that was me. We
Yeah.
felt the same. This is another
I
thing.
agree with you. I agree.
This is another thing. When you're talking about Saka's performances, you've got to remember, right, that it's bordering on abuse what Arteta puts this guy through. Week in, week out, whether he's needed or not, he plays. And normally it's 95 plus minutes every single game. Week in, week out, midweek, Sunday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Sunday, Saturday, whenever it is, it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
So
It's
when
true.
your body, we all know your body can only tolerate so much and go so far before you hit that wall where your body's saying, I can't run no more. And when you start suffering physically, you start suffering mentally because the two go together. So you're not necessarily going to beat the man because your body's so tired and your mind's so tired. You've been kicked from pillar to post. Guy needs a rest, and he doesn't get the sufficient rest that he needs.
I
Rich
agree with
Fox
you, Gary.
I'll say this because I keep hearing this
second
young
half
argument.
starting, by the way, guys.
Yeah, I
Second
keep hearing
half
the young
starting.
argument. Vinicius Jr., Billingham, Saka. They're very young, but they're middle-aged, almost mid-age in terms of football. They're not young. When you're 5 years playing at the highest level, you're no longer young in football. I'm sorry.
Look
Yeah,
at
I make
That
you
logic
right.
goes out the door.
Smith Rowe and Nketiah is on the bench there having a little laugh and joke saying,
They
you
might
know,
as well laugh because they're not going to the game, so they might as well laugh.
Rich Post says straight up, if offered Thomas Partey's season input, would you retain him for next season? I would not sell Thomas Partey. I made that clear last year.
I was Thomas Partey, I would leave.
Yeah, I would leave if
not
I'm
sell him.
Thomas Partey
I'd
because
leave.
there's no way I'm fit for as long as I've been fit, and you don't play me.
Yeah.
If
Rich
it was
Post says
Saka-
the Saka
come on,
debate
Saka.
here helps explain why Arsenal 101 is always worth a listen to. Offers straight up, honest, diverse opinions delivered with respect. Respect, boss.
That's the way it should be done.
Yep,
Thank you, Rich
that's
Paul.
always the
Thank
way,
you,
mate.
Rich
I'll tell you
Paul.
something. Did anyone notice on the goal?
Oh, that was Gary's comment on Arteta. What he was doing with Saka. He says,
Yeah.
Gary, I'll call child support.
You want to call that NSPCC, bro? Did anyone notice on the goal that Jesus wasn't actually trying to pass it to Trossard? He was trying to turn back inside the man, and it flicked off his other foot and actually went to Trossard.
So we don't complain about that because Trossard also missed kick, which you denied initially. So
Yeah, but Jesus gets the assist for that. I want it stripped from him.
yes, no, that's true. Actually, that's true. But he created it. He held the ball up well.
He was trying to cut back inside, and it actually run off his foot.
He chanced on. Yeah, he's their danger man. That's the guy. He's got like something like 12, 13 goals for them this season.
The Korean guy that Pep called him in.
Yeah,
and he scored the winner.
Yeah, he's fantastic. He is. Apparently, he was only 70% fit to play today. That's why he was on the bench.
Yeah, that's true.
I really like his game. He's quality player.
So Wolves have got a sub getting ready. I have no idea who it is.
No, he's a good player. What's his name? Lemire? What her name is? Yeah, it's a good player.
Yeah,
interception. Where you going, Jesus? Where you going?
He never had it under control, Tone. The first touch didn't control it, and the second one didn't control it.
I thought he was Brazilian, Gary.
Yeah, there's different types of Tone. There's different types of Brazilian in there. There's different types of Brazilian.
That was nice for Jesus to win that ball back there.
Tony will give you credit for winning all that.
Down the pitch towards your own goal,
Yeah, he has the ball, Tony. We keep in possession, recycling the ball.
Yeah, not by choice.
Finish.
Oh, Jesus, you took it right off. You kicked Trossard in the face, man.
I want to hear a goal reaction from Tony so badly, man. Every time Tony goes into it, I'm clenching my fist just to say, come on. I just want to see a reaction from Tony.
I think Jesus is taking that off of Trossard's head, you know. Let's have another look. It's a great ball through from Saka. Ben White's onside.
Yeah. And he delivers it right.
Well, there was no one else anywhere to be seen, was there? Because there was Jesus is about the penalty spot. There's no one at all in the 6-yard area.
But why Jesus and Trossard in the same spot?
That's what I'm saying. That's why Jesus should be occupying the 6-yard area.
That's Trossard's fault because Jesus is already there. He's observing the entire play. He's got to make a better.
Yeah, you got to spread the field there, haven't you?
Yeah.
Go on. He's got nothing.
Oh, you know what?
Go on.
Andrew, I can't even talk about that. So Yeah. So Andrew, my Facebook got hacked, and I closed down my account, and I did not get the information. So
yeah, Apollo,
Anne-Marie,
people are sending out stuff in friends invite from your behalf, Apollo.
yeah. So Anne-Marie contacted me yesterday to apologize that she couldn't get it over to me. So yeah, we were pretty upset when we were talking about it because they're like my family, as you know. So I'm a little bit cut up about that one, I'm afraid. Andrew says questions. He says, what expectations do each have when each
What's he
season
doing, Trossard?
commences?
What's Trossard
Well,
doing? He's got controllers. He's
Oh,
controlling.
I'll tell you what, that's another nasty tackle on Kibio there
right, let me go back to
by the Korean guy.
Control again.
I'm just going back to here we go, the predictions, because I think Bertram was the only one along with myself who predicted us to win the league. I'm just trying to go back to see.
Now it wasn't a bad tackle. He went for the ball actually.
Yeah, he did. He actually got his foot on the
And he
ball.
pulled away.
No, it's his trailing foot he got caught with.
I know, but he didn't mean to hit.
Yeah, no, accidental. Yes, yeah. I said it looked like a bad
That's
challenge.
his game
Oh,
over
footballers
anyway.
got soft. In your
He's been
Sunday league,
called-
isn't that a normal play, Gary and Tony? Footballers got soft. Isn't that a normal play in your Sunday league? Isn't that like normal? Get up and run.
Oh, yeah,
that's actually-
absolutely.
Nah,
That's actually
I'll
quite
marry
cool.
on
It's
Lamina.
like so many sports, Bertram, they've been sanitized so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I watch
We was-
American football now. I just can't believe some of the terrible decisions that are getting called.
We was interested in this Lamina not so long ago when he was at Southampton.
He's
Right.
a good player.
Apparently, Gary said that we would win the league as well, and so did Tony.
Yeah, I
How
think I did.
Yeah, how did I miss that?
I'm not surprised I did.
How
I
did I
always
miss
think
that?
Arsenal were in the league.
Yeah,
Listen, we're still in the race.
We did
Yeah.
really well last year, didn't we? We did really well. We just
I thought it was just me and Bertram. So sorry for that. 18 says, I bet Gary was a cheeky kid when he was young.
Never, not me, mate.
Bertram strikes me as the school prefect. Andrew says, as a fan, I have none. So curious by those who continually express
I wasn't
their...
a prefect. I only got suspended about 3 times.
Oh, yeah, we're in. We're in. Come on. 3v3.
Please score for Tony.
Nah,
Oh,
Tony
boy,
said-
deliver.
Go on, Tony!
Oh,
Ah!
what are you doing?
He's too slow. He's too slow, Tony. Too
Thank
slow.
you.
Too
He's
slow.
not a winner.
It's a good
Everybody
ball.
He's
calls him
running.
a winner, and he's
He's-
not a winner.
He's
Look,
done
He's
with
on
it.
his
Coming in
stronger
my
right
mark.
foot. He's got one man to beat, and
He's
he
slow.
can't beat him.
He's slow. He's slow. He's slow. He's too slow. Too slow. Not his fault. He's just slow.
when was the last time we scored from a corner? I can't remember.
People have sussed us out, Gary. They've sussed us out. They've figured it out.
Rich Poe says it's like listening, watching a cartoon when Tony reacts to Arsenal play. and you want to see me when we score. Tony,
Shoot!
they get the treatment that Sterling and Zinchenko got from Pep. Possibly. We've got to get the banner up here.
Go on.
Put it in there in a while.
Fill the box. Fill the box. Deliver.
And Tony's ahead of me as well. Actually, you know what?
Oh,
Go on. Oh, too much.
what are you doing,
tiki-taka
Saka?
in the
What was that,
box.
Saka?
I'm on 52 minutes and 50 seconds.
It's tight in there, though, Tony.
3:05.
It's tight. It's tight in there, Tony.
Yeah, I'm just going to leave it then.
Go on again.
Good ball.
We're in
Far
again.
post now, far
We're in
post.
again.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, boys. We've got all the play in their box, and we can't
Yeah.
tapping.
Kieran is retarded, you know. He's just.
Andrew says, question, each of you name best 11 to start remaining games. Ooh. Let's just say Thomas Partey.
That's got to
in
be a
there for
foul,
me.
ref.
Yeah,
Thank
it's a
you.
foul.
Foul just
Yeah.
outside the box on Saka.
Thomas Partey and 10 other players.
Yeah, I'd say for me, I think I made mine. I think I made mine pretty clear on. You've gone away from the Jorginho double pivot, which is where you won all them games. Havertz up top, and so I'd like to get back to that. Because we had something about us, and I'm not going to say I don't know why he's gone away from that, because he's obviously overplayed Jorginho, and was a problem. You couldn't.
He's too slow, man.
Yeah.
He's too slow. I mean,
The
he's a
Havertz,
good
Odegaard,
passer of the ball.
Havertz, Odegaard, and Rice midfield to me doesn't work. I don't like that midfield.
Yeah, I mean, we know the dream is Partey, Odegaard, and Rice. We know that's the dream in midfield.
That's the dream midfield. Yeah.
And then obviously you want Tomiyasu to be fit, so he comes in at right back.
No, you want Timber. You want
Timber to be fit and play anywhere he wants to play.
And then Timber at left back.
Yeah.
But for
That's
me,
the dream team. Yeah.
Yeah, but for me, Havertz starts up front. Jesus is on the left. Saka's on the right.
Oh, that was a bad free kick.
Rice shooting free kicks. Rice can't shoot no free kick.
Oh, we go. Oh,
good pass, Havertz. Good pass.
Havertz passed the ball back to the keeper. Anywhere, any.
Funny thing is though, that's probably our best. That's probably our best shot in the game.
Back in again.
No, because he had a shot in 40 seconds. Remember, Gary?
Havertz can't shoot. He can't shoot. His shooting is awful. Cannot shoot.
His shooting not awful, Bertram. Come on.
Shooting is not good. He's not a good shooter. No, Trossard is a good shooter of the ball.
Hey Gary. Hey, Tony, you should know by now. Bertram don't do grey, you know. He only do black and white.
That ball came over his head.
He doesn't. He can't shoot. Can't shoot a lick. How many screamers have Havertz scored all year?
Yeah,
Tell me one screamer.
You're right.
Yeah, if he had either chance of that. Yeah.
Go on, one more.
Hit it, Rice.
Good pass.
Come on.
No, that's a true pass. A true pass. That must be a true pass because it can't be a shot.
That was a shot, bro, but somebody's got to get a touch on that.
Yeah, you know what, Andrew, 100% agree. If Yuri and Timber scores, everybody was shouting Timber. 100%, bro.
Timber was our best player in preseason, so hopefully that translates to next year when he comes.
Absolutely, I 100% agree with that.
Well, if you're talking about that, then I got to shout out my boy Sambi Lokonga as well because he looks
good.
Awesome.
He does look good. He does look good.
Yeah, he was awesome.
He does look good for Luton.
He played at the number 8.
Well today, though.
He's been holding them up for most of the season, Tony. He's been holding them up for most of the season.
No, he's playing better, but I don't think he's gonna get into our team though.
I don't think he is.
Gary, remember against Luton versus Man City, he was dominating that midfield, and as soon as they took Lokonga off, then they're just like a pack of cards, mate.
I think he's playing confident because he's getting playing time, right? Like most players. So
yeah.
You can make mistakes and not worry.
I think it's good development because Arteta and Edu have got all that footage now to take.
That's another yellow, surely.
You know something, Tony? You know what I realized? We don't have a lot of speed up front, you know.
No, we never have.
So we can't get away from people. We can't put people on the back foot. We can't get away from them.
The only one that can do it, Bertram, is Martinelli.
Yeah, he's the only one.
I say it all the time. And that was the reason I thought Arsenal played Martinelli against Bayern. Because I just felt they felt they could.
Saka, you just got to release the ball there, man.
Yeah,
offside.
I don't know what Saka was doing a while ago. He stops the ball too much, actually. He's got to play faster.
Yeah, it's just that reminds me of old Saka of 2 years ago. The Saka of now, he does hold up the ball quite well. Rich Poe says, "Oh boy, is this lack of cutting edge similar to Bayer games? We're just going for a bad patch, Rich Poe, and this is what happens when things are not clicking."
Release.
Yeah. Right idea. Too much. Right idea, Tony.
Yeah.
That would have been a brilliant pass, actually.
Yeah.
That was unlucky, man.
Yeah, that was unlucky.
It's funny you say that, Rich Poe. We were on point to beat our goals tally record, which we set last season. And the last few games, we've been struggling to hit the back of the net. So I'm not sure if we're going to hit that 18 figure anymore.
Go down the wing.
That's a great cross.
Good cross.
Yeah, but look, no one, Jesus is standing outside the area.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, guys, we got to be better against Chelsea on Tuesday.
We better be better. Chelsea playing well.
Yeah, we
Chelsea gave Man City a run for their money today.
Oh, which reminds me, I didn't know what the score
They
was.
should have won that game. They got more chances.
City won 1-0, but Chelsea had so many chances.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Did
getting
that
better, man.
Jackson? I don't know if this guy's even a football player, but he missed. He was clean through 1-on-1, miss it, and then the cross come back in, and the header was easier to score than the 1-on-1, and he just headed it straight at the keeper.
Jackson's a very unorthodox player who has ability, but the goal scoring is not part of it. He's not a consistent goal scorer. He'll miss a lot of chances. He needs about 4 chances to score 1.
Yeah, Andrew, you're not wrong. It's just I think he is improving, but it's not where he needs to be. And that's
why do we take free kicks by putting on the far post every single time? Can we have some invention in football at some point? Can we do something different?
Speaking of invention, Bertram, Andrew raises a good point in terms of when we used to switch our wingers and then switch the striker. I haven't seen that in a while.
No,
Arteta doesn't do it.
No,
the last time I saw that was when we beat West Ham 6-0.
Gary's been calling for that all season. Arteta ain't receiving the message.
Yeah,
it beggars belief, to be honest. I mean, slide that ball to Trossard there, man.
Exactly. That's the point, Gary. That's the point. In fact, Gary, he could have run inside and then go outside because nobody's following him.
Could have done that. Yeah.
Oh, foul there on Jesus.
So, which one of you would want Martinelli as a main striker, as a number 9?
I think he's better than what we have right now.
Yeah, I think it's an option that he doesn't even look at. Occasionally, I think I've seen him play there twice.
Whoa! That's a yellow card. Isn't that a yellow card?
That's kicked in the face, man. That's a red card. Kicked in the face. He wasn't even ducking down.
The only thing you're going to struggle with there is Martinelli's hold-up play.
Yeah, but
hold-up play. Just go behind the defense. We don't want
you want him running in behind, like Bertram says, and finishing chances. You don't need him to hold nothing up.
He's one of the few
and that's
over the years
Mikel
who've done that.
Arteta's failing. That there is Mikel Arteta's failing. As much as I like him as a manager, he fails to recognise where he needs to work on strategies to allow Martinelli to be given that license to run through the middle. He's not getting it.
Nope. And you know what's funny? Havertz get those through balls, and he's so slow, the defense catches up to him.
Absolutely.
That ball between the left winger and the right back and the centre back on the left is always.
Oh, look at that variation on the free kick, Bertram.
Yeah, we're talking about it now. And Cam says, Tony and Bertram, it's a team that has been overcoached. We play in patterns. Even Tuchel called our football automation.
Very possible.
Yeah. Our football is predictable. You know what's going to happen. But this is why I said, even against Bayern, with a couple of minutes to go, why aren't you throwing a defender up front, Gabriel or Saliba, knocking the ball long? You need a goal to stay in the competition. Try and make something happen.
That's not Arteta, so that will never happen. What Arteta does when he's losing, he just throws a bunch of forwards and hope something happens.
Well done, Kiwior.
Well done, Raya. Good kick.
Yeah.
See, Jesus and Havertz under the same ball.
Yeah, Havertz is going to win that. Jesus has got to read that.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, what the hell are you doing there?
Football looks easy from my living room, so it looks really easy from my living room.
Yeah, but if you see that Havertz is going to win the ball, back off him.
Back off, exactly.
Let him go and win the ball.
He's winning 9 out of 10 duels in this game. Why would you go in for that?
He may not have seen him though.
How do you not see him? He's 6'3" and about 14 stone.
Watching the ball, he's watching the ball and flight of the ball. Wasn't really watching what's around him. The awareness wasn't there. Come on, Odegaard, make a difference. Turn Havertz. Straight wide. Now take him on Trossard. You're too slow. You take too long.
Do you know what? Sometimes he just needs to freshen this team up, man. And
no left foot.
I don't think he likes outside his right foot too much. That's what it is. I don't even think it's a no left foot thing.
He's stronger on his right than his left, but he can play with both feet.
His left is better than Saka's right.
I don't like the fact that this is only 1-0.
Yeah, but this is the thing, I think. The
We need to get this second goal quickly.
I know, right? You want to be able to relax, and you can't relax at 1-0. All right, Saka, cross it.
Who to? Who's you going to cross it to? Jesus is not in the middle.
No, there are 3 people in the middle.
Yeah, now there is. It wasn't before when he had the ball. Jesus was labouring. Stop trying to play these 1-2s, man, on the edge of the box. Cross it, Ben White.
We clear the ball on the right-hand side of the field, and we just tippy-tappy, do a little nonsense, and then it ends up in nothing. The same players every time on the right side of the field with 4 people, Saka, Odegaard, White, and then sometimes Rice comes into play. We're not getting anything out of that play. Change it up.
Jorginho, Martinelli, and Fabio Vieira warming up. No Thomas Partey.
So Partey doesn't play for Arsenal anymore?
I might be his brother that's on the bench.
Must be.
Who's no good. Or maybe they just realised, Stan, that Partey's really 92, not 30. He's not able to. He can't play with catheter in.
Yeah. I think Martinelli will have some fun when he comes on. I think he'll go by his man, actually.
In answer to that question, Rich Poe, I think it's Arteta. You know, the team can reach any ceiling they want to reach, but it's the coach that has to take them there, right? So if the coach wants them to play in a certain manner, they play that way. So no one wants to shoot. You know, that little intricate part. How many times have we seen in this game alone, Saka, Odegaard, White trying to play these little 1-2s on the right-hand side, and it's not worked. But they're not trying anything different. So I think it has to come from the coach. What do you think, Tone?
I think you've got sort of 6 of one, half dozen of the other. You could point the blame to both elements. I do believe that Arsenal are at least 3 players short of what this coach requires to compete at the very highest elite level.
Trust had Jesus open a while ago. Why just give Jesus the ball?
Havertz trod on the ball.
No, but he gave Jesus a better pass.
Yeah, Havertz had tackled himself. Okay, I'll tell you what, 66 minutes, I would put Eddie on now.
You can take off everybody in the front line, frankly. Every single one of them.
You know, we know it's not going to happen, Tom. We know it's not going to happen.
The goalkeeper just passed the ball back to
Havertz.
He got away with it. He got away with that.
Yeah, that was a difficult ball for Havertz to control.
Do you know what the funny thing is? We were nearly in for him. He's a terrible keeper.
We desperately need a shot or something, man, because this is. Oh, well, go on, hit it. No, what are you doing?
Oh, too much. Welcome, Shay.
You right?
How you doing?
Good.
You enjoying the game?
Yep.
What do you think so far?
Chelsea done amazing. What a goal in the first half.
Excellent.
Only one more goal for my prediction.
Is that what you went for, Shay? 2-0.
Yep.
You could be right here, young man.
Yeah.
See, this game's teetering out, and you know there's no freshness in this team, and this is one of Arteta's biggest flaws, that he doesn't make the substitutions when necessary. I mean, he's going to bring on Jorginho, right? That would be probably the first substitution he makes. Trossard's lost the ball again.
Yeah.
Just training.
Good work there in the defence.
I don't know what Saka was trying to do there, Tone. Lucky he didn't give away a penalty.
Okay. What minute are you guys on?
69.
I'm on 68.
See, that's a part of Jesus' game. He's got to hold that ball. The ball comes to you in front. You got to hold that ball.
He needs to sit on that ball. He needs to sit on it. He needs to sit.
He used to be good at that as well.
Wolves are growing more into this game in the last 5 minutes. They've had a bit of possession. You know, there's no press. Look, Jesus is just jogging. You know, go and get in their faces, man. Why are we defending a 1-0 lead?
I'd bring on Eddie for him right now.
I agree.
Eddie's not even warming up.
Oh, they've opened us up. Oh, wow. We got lucky. That was a great run.
Straight at Raya.
That was a great run and pass. Oh, now we're in. Finish. Oh.
Why can't finish? He showed us against Bayern.
He didn't. There was no composure there. He was offside anyway, but there was no composure there from Ben White. That was just smash straight at the keeper. It didn't even occur to him to place it. He was miles offside anyway.
Yeah, he was.
Are we making some changes, please?
Yes.
Yeah, Trossard's off.
Trossard's off.
Trying to. Ooh.
We're not creating enough chances. It's been going on for a little while now.
Yeah, I mean the chances we create, we still haven't had a proper shot on goal where the keeper's had to make a proper save. And is Martinelli the answer?
Yes.
I think so, because he's going to run.
Yeah, where? Straight out of play.
Look, right there. Look at the
run,
press
though.
there. Look at the press there.
He's going to chase people.
There's nobody can press like Martinelli.
Odegaard begs to differ.
Wolves going to bring on some better players.
Gary, I was thinking the same thing.
No, Odegaard can't press like Martinelli. He made
Thanks, Apollo. This Lamina is a central midfielder, and they're playing him literally up front. You've got to cut that out, Saka. How's that ball got all the way over there?
Yeah.
Saka don't want to get his shorts dirty, man. He don't want to slide on the turf. He obviously ain't got no washing tablets at home.
I'm not the worst. I don't feel the worst for that decision there. I think what he's looking at is potentially if the ball ricochets off the player, he gets an easier run at the goal. Potentially.
You know what we do in games? We drop the defense deeper and deeper and deeper and create pressure on ourselves. In Man City, we do this, they be pressuring Wolves up the field. They'll have to play the ball quicker and try to play the ball behind us. We go deeper and deeper in the defense and create pressure on ourselves.
Jesus is just watching the ball get played around him. Go and get in his face, Jesus.
Yeah, this is too deep. Too deep. We're starting to defend in our final third. Go on. What was that?
It's a good boot downfield. Come on, someone jump with him.
Just short of 20 minutes left. What's going on, Shay? Hope you're doing well.
Saka, read the flick on Saka.
Cam says...
if you ask me, Gary, I think that should have been Jesus should have read the flick on.
It says 1 goal up, 20 minutes to play, and we've been
pressure the ball. Come on, pressure the ball. People backing up. Pressure the ball.
Not calm at all. Scared to shoot, scared to miss. And Rich Post says, I wonder what Arteta and the coaching staff are seeing. They're seeing that Wolves are offering absolutely no threat in this game, and they're quite happy to play conservative. And there's always the energy thing. Remember when I said it's important to win when you're playing in second gear? Because
You need to
look what
run,
happened.
Jesus.
Look what happened to us against Villa when we expelled
Jesus,
too much.
Jesus is done, Tone.
So there is that.
He's
There is
literally
that.
walking
it's all
around.
good to pull out today scoring up, Paul. You're leading by 1-0. This is not a 2-love lead. So I'll do say that until they score and then you start doing
Exactly.
crazy.
It is. Yeah, I had to get that finish, bro. I had to get that finish. Sporty Jordan, that's Tony's brother.
Big up.
He's going, what's up? Yeah, not feeling this toothless front line. Time for Stan to splash the real striker. Makeshift Havertz and Jesus need some real competition. Yeah, they do. But remember how the saying goes, one step at a time. He built the spine, didn't he? He had the spine with Saliba, Gabriel, Thomas Partey. Now he's got his goalkeeper. So that's your spine all the way through the middle. He's added Declan Rice. And so the striker obviously has to come, or attacking wingers. And he has tried. He has tried. They did try to get Vlahovic.
Corner from Wolves.
Arsenal. They did try to get a few wingers as well. Rafinha chose Barcelona. So, and then they tried to get Douglas Luiz. So it's not without trying. You know, they are trying, but unfortunately, not every player. Look what happened with Man City and Declan Rice. Not every player would wants to go to a certain team. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
Who's he going to bring on next?
Zinchenko's just been sent out to warm up.
That shot's gone wide. Could you imagine if Declan Rice had gone to Man City?
Yeah, he would have played about 23 games with Rodri playing the other 23.
As he is now.
Well, they would have rested Rodri more, that's for sure.
Brad give the ball away. Arsenal win it back.
Ball Kyrier.
Go.
Bob Martinelli.
Play him. Oh, my God. How did you not see the
what?
run of Jesus?
That was a simple ball to Jesus, man.
Andrew says, who is this individual who will suit Arsenal? Well, we know from the talks they've had with Newcastle with Alexander Isak. We also
Lovely head of
know
Kyrier.
they've spoken and they've made 2 bids for Douglas Luiz at Villa. And that was before he broke out. Like Douglas Luiz, he's just a fantastic footballer.
Why? Just look over the top of the defender.
It just goes to show you what they were scouting when they were looking at Douglas Luiz, what type of player that he was. So they know who they want. They know the individuals they want. The question is can they get? I know Bertram says Pedro Meta is injury prone. I agree with him. Is Isak the answer? Yeah, I think Isak will bring a lot to the team. But remember, it's like strikers by committee, isn't it? It's you just have to have a squad of players.
See that ball that was just played, so that and when
name anymore, it's just like
when Saka gets his head to it.
Yeah.
Why is Jesus so far off the play?
He is too far.
Yeah, that's what frustrates me about him. Yeah.
You know, if you want to play the 9, play the 9. There, he's playing like 8 and a bit.
I said to you guys last week, this is the conversation Emery had with Ollie Watkins. He said, I don't want you running back to help the midfield. I don't want you in link play. I don't want you running triangles. I want you in the box, ready to score. And that's all he's done. And he's got 25 goals this season.
You're in. Shoot!
Saka. Oh.
Not good enough. That was the one place he could have done a turn.
I was just thinking the same thing, Tony. It was the one place where you want him to turn back in, and he doesn't do it.
Yeah.
And then come Wolves now on the overlap. Oh, well held, David Raya.
Hey, Rich Pro, isn't that fans? You give them an inch, they want a mile. You give them a mile, they want everything. The difference between Haaland and Jesus, one is prepared to have a few touches, the other wants to be involved constantly.
Haaland just wants to score goals.
Yeah.
He wants as little touches as possible, and all these touches he wants to be efforts on goal.
Yeah, some of the greatest strikers are like that, man.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. If you're scoring 40, 50 goals a season, there's nothing wrong with that.
There is in the modern game. Hands off. Good. Just stand him up. What are you? There you go. Thank you. Finally.
Hey, he's a good little player now, Tony. He will take the ball in.
But that ain't Nori.
Yeah,
and
he's
I'm
a good
glad
player.
Gabriel is telling them off. How are you letting that man through? That's ridiculous. Tell them, Gabriel.
Yeah, Gabriel just manners him. So where you going?
Manage them, man.
Me water my plants, water my
Oh my
garden.
God.
Oh, we
my
have a
God.
sighting. We have a sighting.
Someone's
Oh, no, who's this? Who's this?
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
And they're taking off Jesus.
He's alive.
Oh,
He's
Lord.
retired.
You know what? You lot had a reaction like we scored a goal. You know.
Oh,
We
my
thought he
Lord.
retired. We thought he retired. I hope he not gonna make a mistake on the field.
Brother, I
because
just
wanna see-
Oh, he played. Bertram, he's playing him in the 9.
What to say?
I just wet myself.
Remember, hit the like button, people, and subscribe to this channel.
Hey,
Thank
that's
you,
my man
Shay.
shouting it out right there.
Big up.
Well
Big
said,
up.
Shay. Well said. Well said.
That's my man
And I
throwing
got
down.
a
Shay.
channel.
My son's watching the stream, Apollo. Jackson's watching the stream.
Nice. He cheering on his dad, yeah? And Gary get plenty of love. You know what? All of you lot get plenty of love. All of you got plenty of love. I don't get enough love on this channel,
Get
for Christ's
upside.
sake.
You're a legend.
Oh, that was
Yes,
never a
thanks,
foul.
man.
That's he bodied him out.
That's never
Silly
a foul.
Yeah, I think so. That change makes Arteta's intentions clear. He wants a shot, 10 minutes, and just have his midfield control the game.
We should be scoring here. We got 10 minutes to score more goals.
We should be, but we got Chelsea in 3 days' time, and the manager wants to be there with 3 points.
So why has he still got certain men on the pitch? Take
Yeah,
them
good
off.
question. Yep, good question.
Party, man.
Push out. Come on, press.
And Cam says expectations is correct, Tony. Yeah, look, this team we're playing right here beat Man City 2-1 here this season. They beat them 2-1.
But they had a fully fit squad though.
Yeah. Well, actually, no, because they had 4 injuries in that game. Hechan was missing in that game as well, and so was Neto.
No, Hechan scored in that game. Didn't he score the winner?
No, I'm sure he was
Yeah, he
injured.
did because Pep referred to him as the Korean guy, and he popped up with the goal. Trust me.
Man City. I'm just having a look. 2-1 it was.
Yeah, the Korean guy scored because Pep called him the Korean guy. That's what he said in the interview. I remember watching Match of the Day.
Yeah, he went off with an injury. Sorry, I thought he didn't because I know in that game he got injured. I didn't think he played, but he did. He scored the winner. Yeah.
Oh, right. What are we doing here?
Yeah, not there.
Oh, unlucky.
I don't know what he thought he was doing there, Gaz.
He just got to keep hold of the ball, turn and play it back to the keeper, knock it long for Jesus or someone to chase down the line.
Yeah, they had 5 injuries in that game, Gary. But, I mean, they're a good team. Could you imagine how good they'd be if they still had Ruben Neves?
I think Gary O'Neill's a good little manager.
Yeah, yes.
I was surprised that he got the tic tac from Bournemouth.
So Ruben Neves says he wants to come back this season. Hey, Bertram, they make that Samuel Eto'o money for 6 months and they won out.
It's like 2 years worth of money in 6 months. Yeah.
Well, Fink didn't get paid, did he? Jordan Henderson didn't get paid a penny.
I don't know what happened there, mate. Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
He went for 6 months. He didn't earn a penny. He lost money.
That's terrible. That is so bad.
Well called, David Raya.
What a save.
Yeah, well, Lemon, I think, got hurt. Went over his back.
Ooh.
Oh dear. Call the trainer on then. Jesus Christ, just let him die on the floor with a broken back.
Imagine all the controversy with Villa's win and Newcastle's win when they beat us. Those two games, just unbelievable controversy with VAR. We haven't had much VAR rubbish of late, but it just takes a couple of things like that to dent your season, man. Just like last season at Brentford when they forgot to draw the line. Those things stay with you, man.
Oh my God, my guy in the crowd's got a Sega top on. When was that kit out?
Oh, that's
That's-
old, man.
That's
old.
start of Thierry Henry, isn't it? That's start of Thierry Henry, I'm sure it is.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
But I predate that by years, Gary. My JVC Rocastle top. Original JVC Rocastle.
1986, 87.
Yeah, that.
And funny enough, I still have my Sega Dreamcast in my loft upstairs.
Yeah, I've got one. So I've got one knocking about somewhere.
Oh my God. Those days in the 90s, I used to buy all my consoles from the US. And then I used to run a transformer, 110 to 240 transformer. Oh, those are the days. Before HDMI, we had PAL and NTSC. Boy, what a trouble.
See, so another 85 minutes gone. Saka's still on the pitch, hasn't done a thing. Jesus has gone off to be replaced by Thomas Partey. We've got all defensive. Odegaard's still on the pitch.
Yeah, that's right. They got to play in 72 hours. Sporty Jordan says these guys are playing like they want Arteta to spring for another warm winter break. Yeah, guys, what's your thoughts on the Premier League trying to shut down the winter break?
That's terrible.
For us, it is.
I mean,
listen, you just play football. You just play football, didn't you?
Some of those international breaks are terrible.
It is. Like, you know what I don't understand about this, Bertram? The players and managers and owners have been screaming for a break for the last decade. They get it for 3 years, and now they want to get rid of it again.
What the hell?
I don't understand it.
What is that, Martinelli? Jesus Christ, man.
But what was worse?
Oh,
what are we doing?
Because Raya can't use his left foot, Tone. He can't use his left foot. He can't. He's right-footed. Wow. He's heavily right-footed.
So, Gary, can you tell us what Raya just did? It begins with M and ends with F or double.
It was a muff. It was a Spanish muff.
Like Tottenham in their bottle it.
Yeah, every year they do. Every year Tottenham bottle it.
We got them next Sunday.
Chelsea first.
Chelsea first.
It's going to be a crazy 7 days.
Chelsea's going to be a tough game. Chelsea's going to be a ridiculously tough game.
Yeah, it is.
They're playing really well, actually. There are very few teams who make Man City looks just good, not excellent. They could have beaten them today easily.
Yeah, don't forget Man City were coming off the back of 120 minutes in Europe. With seven of the team that played in the 420 minutes. They didn't have Haaland. You know, De Bruyne is
not good or bad. Not having Haaland is not good or bad.
But for them, it's bad, isn't it?
The way he's been playing off late, it may be a good thing.
Yeah, but he pops up with goals, and while he's on the pitch, defenders have to worry about him, don't they?
True.
Yeah, Andrew's right. Football culture in Britain is you play until you drop. Fans believe no rest is truly required. Everybody says you're on 100, 200 grand a week. You should be able to play 5 times a week. Unfortunately, that's not how it works, man.
Time.
Control on your touch, man.
Yeah, he's got it.
Calm down, fans. Calm down.
Tony, there's one for you. Tony, there's one for you.
The maestro's in the middle of the park. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's true.
So the introduction of Martinelli has done absolutely nothing.
I told you it wouldn't. He can't
pass.
pass.
We're not playing the ball in that direction. We're playing scared. We're not putting the ball on the ground and just rolling the ball like we did earlier in the game.
And I did say to you guys, Arteta was shutting up shop when he made that Partey substitution.
Well up, Havertz.
Yeah, but look, no one again reading that little flick on.
Yeah.
That was Saka that time in the 9.
Please
go on, we got to get that. Thank you.
We need to score a second goal.
Keep the move.
Yes.
Keep the ball moving.
Back to the keeper.
That's a
Captain
ball.
just needs to calm the nerves here. Just keep possession. Play this one out, and let's
And then
let's go
touch
and
was
choose
terrible. But wins the throw.
He got it under. He just didn't move it quick enough.
It was a little bit loose. It
Throw the
just
ball
spun
down
a
the
little bit
wing.
off his
I
foot.
said to the wing, throw the ball down the wing.
Just throw it down the line.
Yeah,
What
throw it
a
down the
pass
line.
from David Raya to Martinelli. Woohoo!
Yeah, because it was on his right foot.
He's doing
That
it
was his
on
left foot.
And Martinelli stopped it dead, mate. He stopped it dead.
That's it. Throw it down the line. That's it. Go on, Havertz. Now hassle. No fouls.
No rush. Take your time.
Yeah, take your time, man. All this drama, man. Let's
We're
just
not
get out of there.
enjoying the game. It wasn't a pleasant game to watch. We're not enjoying the game.
Well, I'm enjoying it because we're top of the league and we've beaten a team that
just
beat.
won the outcome.
We
just
are
won the outcome.
top of the
7 minutes. I say
league,
7
sir. We
minutes.
are
How
top
many?
of the league.
I'm going to say
7
5.
minutes. That's a lot,
6.
Bertrand.
6 minutes.
5. No, 5.
6.
No,
6
6.
has
I'm
gone
going
up.
to go for 5 minutes also.
6 has gone up,
Yeah.
Shay.
6 has gone up, yeah.
Oh, another win by Havertz in the box this time.
Poor Havertz. He does all the dirty stuff and gets none of the respect for it.
Come on,
What a
Gabriel.
stupid foul, Gabriel, man.
Good pressure, Odegaard. Come on, pressure the ball.
That's it.
So we're playing without a 9 now. Or is Havertz in the 9?
Were we ever playing with one?
Yeah, good point, Stan.
See, we pressure the ball. We
Who's
the ball.
got
go.
man of the
Go on,
match so
pressure.
far?
Go on, lovely. Oh,
No right foot, Tony.
Stop it,
Yeah,
Bertram.
Tony. Perfect example,
Stop
Tony.
it.
No right foot. I mean, that's the
Oh,
worst kick you could
Bertram.
ever make.
All they had to do was slide it across the
Defense
Odegaard.
rest.
It's 2-0.
Tony, defense rest, Tony. Defense rest. Defense rest. You didn't do it.
Yeah, no further question.
No further question. No further question. Defense rest.
Mr. Cox, it's your witness.
Go on, Deckers. Deliver.
What?
Oh, what? No striker. No striker took a gamble.
Yeah, Saka should be in there actually on that ball.
Nah, Eddie should be in there, mate. I think Eddie should have been on 30 minutes ago.
I
That's a good run by
disagree with
Really
you
good
there,
run.
my friend.
Really good run. Saka should be sprinting in there now.
There's
He's going to the
nobody
line. He's
going in
going
the
to the
6-yard
penalty
area.
spot. Yeah, he's going to the penalty spot versus going to.
Somebody's got to be making a run.
Listen,
into
they
that
haven't.
6-yard area.
No one's got the sense to put themselves in that position because they're not reading the game. They're not centre forwards.
Yeah.
Saka hasn't got the energy to sprint anywhere.
Place where Martinelli's,
On a positive note, guys, a win here would really sort of curb the disaster of the last week that we've had and give us
what a shot.
some momentum.
That's a terrible save, man.
Was that shot by Ben
Declan
White?
Rice. Declan Rice, wasn't it? Or was it Ben White?
What a shot.
And then Saka tries to hit it from 35 yards and it's straight into the defender. Time, Kiwior, time. Back to Raya. Pull out Saliba. Oh, sorry, it's a party. Sensible ball.
Ball, actually. Good ball.
Go
Good
on.
ball.
Go on, Havertz. Oh, win it, Martinelli. You got to tackle there, Martinelli.
Good move,
Want it
Rice.
back, we want it back.
Rice, give him back. Give Quarter the ball, Rice. Come on, give Quarter the ball
Rice has
there.
got to give that to Party. That's
Yeah,
a
it's a
simple
Quarter
ball.
ball right there. There's no need to be creative there.
Do you know what it was? He turned around and he was surprised to see Party standing there.
That's probably the case. It's like, who's this player?
Wow. All Declan
We're
Rice
in
does
again,
is
We're in
to find
again.
the
Go
jewels.
on. We're in. Finish. Oh.
Why are you going close? There's 3 people in the box, Martinelli. You're too selfish. Come on. That's
So,
ridiculous.
guys, Sky Sports has named Declan Rice player of the match.
Are you kidding? Mind you, there hasn't really been many performances that have been
That's a
totally
good
great.
save. How did he save that with his right arm? That was a bloody good save. That was a really good save there.
No, Martinelli should not be going near post. Just
He should have put that in the box.
Well, he,
Yeah.
he hit it the right way he needed to. He's trying to go over the goalie's head. It's a quick reflex save there. Credit to the goalkeeper.
Come on, Party. Do it easily. Come on, play the ball. You have 2 minutes.
Go on. Go on.
Martinelli ball now.
2 options. 2.
Play it, Rice. Play it.
Yes!
Yeah,
There you go.
Mine
Gary.
Odegaard at last. Second
Is
attempt.
he offside? Is he offside?
Oh,
He's
No.
not offside.
No.
He must be offside.
No, he can't be offside, Virgin, because it come back off the defender to him.
No, the defender
No,
make a
no,
deliberate
no,
play
no.
for it not to be offside.
No, it doesn't matter. He had the shot from his own shot. He can't be offside.
Was it his own shot?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was.
it was his own shot which got rebounded back to him. So it doesn't matter if he's standing in an offside position because he was the one that took the shot in the first place.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Gary.
Ooh.
Qualified ref, mate.
Yeah,
come on,
yeah,
boy.
you're
Come
absolutely
on,
right.
Arsenal.
There you go.
So I think
And
that
what
puts
a
the
lovely
goal-
finish.
Yeah, I think that puts the goal difference to +7 again, doesn't it?
I don't care about the difference. All I care about is that we win.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
We are
cheeky.
the
Oh,
red
That's a cheeky
Demons.
goal from Odegaard
Cheeky
there.
goal.
Yeah, that was a very cheeky goal from Odegaard.
He scored there last year, Odegaard, did he not?
I think the subs
Was
made
it
a difference.
Martinelli?
The subs made a difference.
Partey
Yeah,
made a
my
difference.
man of the match is Thomas Partey.
Who's the man of the match?
Hey, Tony, we extrapolate that 10 minutes to the whole 90 minutes. So if you play that way for 10 minutes, the whole 90 minutes, we extrapolate and say it's good. No, it's over. It's good. It's too much of a hard work, though. Wolves have too many injuries for us to struggle with Wolves, actually.
Yeah, we made it
Do
hard
you
work.
honestly think we expelled too much energy in that game? I think that's where we've got to get back on it.
I don't think it matters. We have 5 games left. We should just spend all the energy we need to get over the line.
We need to get
not for me.
his
Not after seeing the Villa game.
We're just poor against Villa. It wasn't about energy. We're just poor.
You know what? Watch the first half again, and I don't think you'll find much reasons to be upset there. The creativity was fantastic.
Yeah, we just lacked the finish against Villa. In the first half, we should have been out of fight.
Yeah.
And then you can see 2 stupid goals, and it's job done. Look at Partey,
Go
man. Come
go
on, man.
Martinelli. Go on, finish. Oh, what?
No, he got blocked. Did he get blocked? I think his feet got blocked, didn't he?
Do you know what it was? He wanted to open up on his right side and place it. When
No left
straight
foot.
away, he should, with his first touch, he should take it back in front of the defender.
Whistle red.
No left foot, Tony. No, you have no left foot. No
That
left
was
foot.
poor from Martinelli.
No
That's
left
it. That's it. It's over. Right.
Imagine we're going around the keeper. Go around the keeper then.
Right. Let
Yeah,
me.
but he couldn't finish Virgil because then it'd be on his left foot, wouldn't it? He'd have to turn back to his right foot.
We'll catch up with you soon, Shay.
Well done, Shay. You predicted it 2-0. You got that one right, mate.
Yeah, well done, mate. You're the best, Shay.
Catch you soon, buddy.
I gotta leave you guys. I gotta go watch my Knicks at 6 o'clock, so I gotta go get my dinner. Looking forward to us playing Philly. Be a good
I
game.
hear you, man. I hear you. Bertrand, before you go, who was your man of the match?
Wow. I don't have one.
Man said, wow.
I can't think of
It was such a difficult question. He had to answer it with, wow.
I can't think of a player man in the match. They give it to Rice. Give it to Rice. None of the forwards deserve it. The defenders didn't have too much pressure. He probably had more touches than anyone else, so I'll give it to him. He and Odegaard actually had more touches. Odegaard may have come close given that he scored, you know. So,
True.
yeah, but I'll say Rice is fine if that's what Sky's giving. So, guys, have a great weekend. Enjoy the rest of the weekend.
You too as
Nice
well.
one,
mate. Thanks for
Bertrand.
joining us. Right, Arsenal are back on top, guys. Gary, what's your thoughts?
We made hard work of it. Again, I don't think he goes to the bench enough. You know, another game coming up in 72 hours. It's going to be pretty much the same team. Could have given a couple of players a rest here. I know there's only 5 games left, but we've got to win all 5, right? So you need to try and do everything you possibly can to put the team in the position to do that. And I'm not too sure the position of doing that is to keep playing the players for every second of every game when some of them clearly are hitting walls in their physicality stats. But overall, got the job done. Made hard work of it. Should have been a lot easier. Could have scored a few more, but pleased with the result.
Yeah, BBC have given Declan Rice man of the match as well. Tony, your thoughts on that?
I'm just putting together some stats. Give me a second, buddy.
Yeah, I can't wait to have a look at those stats. I'm actually going on to Octo to actually see if I can find some for myself, because giving it to Declan Rice, he must have done something exponentially fantastic in the midfield in order for them in terms of recoveries. I did see him, by the way, knock out the recoveries and the duels today, which is what he always does. But I did say last week he was one of the players that concerned me because I felt his levels had dropped. And when you're talking about a guy like that who gets you 8 out of 10 in every single game, for them levels to drop, you can't afford to do it. You cannot afford to have that subpar level from your £100 million man. Andrew, thanks for joining us. I appreciate that, mate. Thank you for joining us. Always a pleasure to have you here, man. So, look, what did I see today? I saw a team that was wounded. I saw a team just struggling to find their feet. You get to a stage, guys, and it happens with every team. Doesn't matter who you are, in every sport, where you just run into a brick wall and then you have to find yourself again. And that can be a very disruptive and difficult process. Last week was tough. I'm not going to lie. Last week was tough. And you guys know I don't do negativity very well. But last week was hard, man. And it reminded me of those weeks in March where we had those 7 days under Wenger where we were out of this cup, out of that cup, and out of the title race. And those
I remember them well.
Yeah, just some painful times. You know, we got to understand the emotion drives a massive movement in the fan base. And I think in the previous weeks and previous times I've spent so much time just trying to reason. And last week I just wasn't in the mood to reason. I was like, look, this is what it is. We've got one simple goal now moving forward, and that's to win every game, win all out. Because as much as everybody would like to say Man City's going to stroll the title, they've got some huge away games. Brighton, Fulham. Like, do you want to play Fulham right now at their place? Like, no team wants that. You know, they don't. Their games are not easy.
Well, it only takes them to draw a game, and then we're back in it on the goal difference side of things.
Exactly. I mean, they've got. As I said, we've got our 2 games before they play Brighton next week. So if we win on Tuesday, we could be 4 points ahead. And then Man City have 2 games in hand. But they've got that Brighton Thursday night game. It's a Thursday night game, which I find strange, to be honest, because they play again at Nottingham Forest away on the Sunday. So that's like being in the Europa League and then playing on the weekend.
And don't forget, they haven't got Haaland. He's out with a muscle injury.
That's right. Yeah.
You know.
And the worst thing is, Gary, is that they've got a week before the end of the season. They've got to go to Tottenham away, a place they've lost 4 times in the last 6 matches at Tottenham's ground. They haven't done well there against Spurs. So, yeah, I'm sure every Tottenham fan would want to lie down and then just give City the title. But
well, like we did against Villa to take Tottenham back out of fourth.
Yeah, wasn't that nice? Every what did they say? Every cloud has a silver lining. Guys in the chat, give me your thoughts. Let me know what your thoughts are about today's performance. Yeah, really tough one, but I like when we go into these games, we don't expend too much energy. We just get the job done, business-wise, professional, and then come home and then regroup. Because like I said, man, and I've said it plenty of times, that Aston Villa game took a lot out of us. When I did my vlog video, which you guys have seen on the channel, at halftime I said I was exhausted just watching it. We just absolutely, it was the hare and the tortoise. We ran ourselves out and we had nothing left on the back end. And Emery, it was like rope the dope, Muhammad Ali. It was like rope the dope all over again, Ali Foreman. We just punched ourselves out. And that wasn't a good thing to see. I didn't like what I saw. Tony, you want to talk us through that while I do the player ratings?
Yeah, sure. Why not? So yeah, you can see the who scored stats from the game. Most shots was Havertz had 5, Martin Odegaard had 5. You'd kind of think that Gabriel Jesus, as a player of his caliber, should be up there. He only had 2 shots, none on target. The shots on target were 2 from Kai Havertz, 1 from Odegaard, 2 from Declan Rice, 1 from Bukayo Saka, 1 from Leandro Trossard. So, you know, this whole Gabriel Jesus is a striker, he's a winger, he's a this, he's a that. The stats just don't help his case any. You know, I've seen on a number of places this week that Arteta makes a massive mistake. Every time Gabriel Jesus is fit, he brings him into the lineup. Quite clearly, he shouldn't.
I think he waited a little bit longer this time, but yeah, it all leads back. Roads leads back
quite
to.
Clearly, he shouldn't. You look at key passes, yeah? 2 from Kai Havertz, yeah? 3 from Martin Odegaard, 5 from Declan Rice, 3 from Bukayo Saka, 1 from Gabriel Jesus. Now, I know he gets the assist, but even that assist was an accident.
It was. He was trying to cut back inside and it rolled off his other boot. And
yeah, that assist was an accident. So, you know, look, even Ben White had 2 key passes, which is more than Gabriel Jesus, who everyone's flouting as this mercurial forward genius who plays in multiple positions and who can do all these wonderful things. Well, what can he do? What is he doing in a game that we dominated today, where we should have had 5 or 6 goals? He simply just does nothing. He's not providing what we expect of a player, earning the money he's earning, and with the responsibility that he's given. Pass accuracy. This is normally Saliba's win. Ben White wins at 95.8. William Saliba comes second, 94.1. Who else had 90s? Martin Odegaard, 91. Declan Rice, 91. Aerial duels won. Not sure how David Raya wins one, but Ben White won 2. Gabriel Magalhaes won 2. William Saliba won 2. Jakub Kiwior won 5. Kai Havertz led the team with 6 aerial duels won. And I pretty much know that every time he won one, nobody was on the other side to collect it.
That's true. You know, if you win 6, someone's got to collect at least 2 of them.
Somebody
or be in the vicinity to collect 2 of them.
I have to take a gamble. My centre forward's going to win the header, and I'm going to run onto it and be 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper.
There you go.
Yeah. The most productive player on the pitch today in terms of passes.
Odegaard.
72, 85. Was it 85 for Ben White?
Oh, Ben White. Okay.
Actually, William Saliba had 90. But you can probably guess that Ben White's touches are going to be more advanced than William Saliba. But well done, Ben White, with 85. And then Declan Rice, 72. Bukayo Saka, 77. Gabriel Jesus, that wonderful player, that mercurial forward that we have, only 46.
I'm sensing there's something in your voice about Gabriel Jesus here, Tony.
You say what you say, Gary. I'm not going to say anything more. You say what you say. Yellow cards today, 1 for Declan Rice, 1 for Leandro Trossard. 1 assist was Gabriel Jesus. 2 goals, Martin Odegaard and Leandro Trossard. So those are your stats for the day. We're pleased to see that Arsenal have kept a clean sheet now away from home in 6 consecutive games.
I think that's a
For
record.
For the first time in their history.
Yeah, I think that's actually a Premier League record because Chelsea have the record for the fewest goals scored, but the away record we drew it last time in adjacent to tying the 1997 Arsenal record and the 2019 Manchester City. That was 5 clean sheets away from goals. So this 6 means yes, it's a new record.
Okay. And the last that I've got was Leandro Trossard has set a new personal best for goals in the Premier League. He's now notched up 9 goals this season, his best tally in the Premier League. 1 more, and he's got a double dose of goals in the league. So he's got 5 more games in which to get that 1 more goal. Yeah, guys, that's me. Done.
Excellent. So shout out to Richard. Richard says consistent winning predictability is not the worst place to be. Clean sheets are all almost criminally overlooked. 100%. Austin says 3 goals, no animals. What? Yeah,
we had 24 shots in the game and only 9 on target.
Okay.
Expected goals 1.21.
Okay, right. Let's do player ratings now. Ashley, do I pause? Okay.
53 touches in the opposition box.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. I mean, look, it's complete domination today. I'm actually surprised that they got 3 shots on target because we don't normally give those up. But that's just indicative of our little patch that we're going through. As Gary and Tony told me last week and reminded me, actually, I had some serious brain fog last week. Purple patch time. Yeah, we're coming into some good times now. We won't worry about Jamie Redknapp and Theo Walcott are there on the screen. So let me quickly talk. David Raya, a really smart. It was going to be a 6.5, but I moved it to a 7. He had a smart stop that saved from Gomez in the first half. Really quick reactions to tip the ball onto the post. And really, I think that saved us. That one move from Raya pretty much saved us today. So he gets a solid 7, really good 7 from him. Ben White gets a 6. Again, I made a comment on the stream that Saka goes as Ben White goes. And the more you support him with triangles and the overlap, the more Saka. Because remember, when Ben White goes into that baseline position, Saka then is allowed to cut in. But where he can do so much damage, but he will not cut in if Ben White is not there. And that's the thing that I think is hurting his performance. And it's hurting Arsenal. This again goes down to Ben White. And don't get me wrong, pre-Christmas, Ben White was awful. In the new year, Ben White was probably one of the top 3 players in the team, in my opinion.
Saka about to talk. Do you want to listen to Saka?
Yeah, you can turn that up because you're ahead of me. Although I'm probably going there now. Yeah, you can turn that one up if you want, Tony.
We controlled most of the game, and then it's 2 great goals and another clean sheet. So we're really pleased with that.
I know you said you controlled most of the game, and certainly statistically that's borne out. What did you make of Arsenal's performance overall tonight?
Yeah, like I said, I think we could have scored more goals, especially in the first half. We had some chances from the edge of the box, but yeah, we were searching for that first goal, and luckily it came with me. And then after that, I think we controlled it and tried to score the second one. Obviously, it came a bit late, but we're really happy with it.
Leandro, congratulations, Jamie Redknapp here. 9 goals this season. That's your best return in the Premier League. Just talk us through that one. Was it the sweetest strike?
Not maybe the sweetest, but I knew I had a small amount of time to hit the ball, and at the moment I see the ball coming in front of me, I had to use my toe as well to get it in and get it on target, and it went in. Yeah, really nice. Obviously top end, so it's really a great goal.
The top bins, as we say here, right in the top bins.
Yeah.
But how's the week been? Just give us a flavour of the disappointments that you've had to go through on Sunday with that result, and then obviously having to travel in Europe. How hard has it been for you guys as a team, as the manager, or what's been said in this week to make sure that you were ready to get the 3 points today?
I think the resilience has been brilliant. Obviously, it's always tough when you lose games, especially, like I said, after the run we had by winning so many games. And then it's up to the boys to show a great character and mentality, and I think we did that today. And all we can do is focus on ourselves and win our own games, and then we will see what happens.
Yeah, Andrew, Theo Walcott here. I just want to say, as a forward, I'm very proud to see that goal, first of all, because they all count in my eyes. But I just want to talk to you about the defence. There's been a lot of talk about, Gabriel and Saliba particularly, but on your perspective as a winger, because the amount of work rate that you need to do, and Bakar on the other side as well, just give us an insight to how you're drilled day in, day out with training and the fitness levels, because it starts from the front, and I'm always going to stick with the fellow wingers.
Yeah, indeed. I think the boss wants everyone to sprint back when there's a counter or whatever, and he wants everyone to get involved in the defensive things. And I think we showed that all over the pitch, that everyone's so hungry to help the team in the defensive line as well to win those second balls. And I think it's really important in nowadays football.
And Leandro, as Jamie said earlier, it's your best goal scoring season in the Premier League. And it feels like they've been really significant goals that you've scored as well. I mean, how much satisfaction can you take from not just the number of goals that you've scored, but when you've scored them and the games that you've scored them in?
Yeah, obviously it's always nice to score goals, and especially in big moments. And I'm just happy that I can help the team on those moments, that it helps us go forward. And I'm really pleased with that.
And how nice to be travelling back to North London, top of the league again.
Yeah, it's great. Like I said, we wanted this win. We needed a response. I think we did. So let's enjoy this one and look forward to the next game.
Leandro, lovely to talk to you. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Well done. Thank you.
Good. There you go, guys.
Right. Okay. So pretty much run-of-the-mill comments that we'd expect there. I thought it's always hard on journalists to ask those questions. Players do not want to ask questions about poor running form. They do not, because they're trying to think positively. They're trying to look on the up. They're trying to build that confidence back. And then when a shitty-nosed journalist just comes and asks you about the worst 7 days of your season. So yeah, you can sort of kind of understand where the frustration is, but look, I mean, some people might say that's good journalism because you're picking spots there. Cam says, "Where's Austin's comments gone? I banned him from the channel. I just banned it. I don't know what he was talking about, English people and whatever, and I didn't like it, so I banned him. So those comments, you won't be able to see them anymore." Right, let me carry on with the player ratings. Where was I? Ben White gets a 6. Both of the centre backs. Oh, look, they kept a clean sheet, and that's why they both get a 7. But Saliba's been so sloppy of late. Again, guilty of a poor pass out the backfield, which nearly cost his side. I'm not going to mark him down just for that because he does give you a clean sheet. But I've been seeing this from Saliba since February. It's like, what's going on, bro? Switch it on, man. Get your head in the game. You can't afford to have any mistakes at this level. I said against Man City and I said against Bayern Munich that when you're playing teams, well-oiled drill machines that win constantly, year in, year out, lifting titles, winning cups, you can't afford to make mistakes. And for a long period, I thought that we had taken that out of our game. But it's clear by evidence, especially in the first Bayern Munich game and the last Premier League game, that this stuff is starting to creep back into our game. So we need to nip that in the bud. Arteta, that's on you. You got to sort that out. So yeah, a little bit of down talk there by Saliba, but I'm still going to give them both a 7. Gabriel looked really fatigued to me. He looked really tired, and he was gassed. His hands on his knees just looked really tired, but still put in a performance. I like the one where the ball went loose and on a back pass, and then he comes in and he bodies the striker just to let him know who's there. Again, still probably the better centre-back of the season. Going to be interesting to see when the votes come in, how that relaxes, how that works itself out. Kivior, he looked a little bit uncomfortable. I think, and look, great, well done for the manager to put him in. He could have gone with other options, although this was the clear option when Tomiyasu couldn't make the team. But you've got to show faith in your players as well, and every player makes mistakes. And so yes, the guy made a mistake. Yes, it cost us. Yes, he had a bad performance in his last game, but for the last 8 games before that, Kiviar is pretty good. And so it's a very difficult thing, guys, when you're a manager, because you got to play those games. You got to nurture the situation, which most fans don't have the opportunity to do. So I kind of feel that with Arteta at the moment, but he's got to do better. He's got to do better because we need him right now at this run of games. So he gets a 6. Havertz got no service whatsoever. I know he put in a defensive performance. I thought he was solid defensively, but offensively, I thought that he could have done better. I thought he was wasteful with some of his touches. But again, link play, heading the ball on, winning the balls. He won 3 or 4 balls today, and there was no support around him. I feel sorry for him with that. This is probably one of the lowest marks I've given him this season. But then I think he does a solid defensive job in this role. Probably, you know what? It's a bit unfair to give him a 5, I think. I'm going to give him a 6. Considering what's coming up with Jesus and Saka, I think it's a bit unfair to give him that mark. So I'm going to give Hazard a 6. Rice, I thought Rice had a solid game. He didn't do a whole lot wrong. And I saw a couple of recoveries and duels there, which he normally does, which has kind of been missing the last few weeks. He's definitely lost a step. It's definitely a zip, and there's something's gone. I don't know whether he's played too much football. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's in the intensity in the system that's requiring him to do more. But he definitely, to me, looks like he needs a rest, which is a shame because in the next 7 days he definitely ain't going to get one. With 2 really tough games to come up. So look, just hope and pray that he's able to hold it together. Martin Odegaard, he gets my man of the match. Another player who looked like he's suffering from fatigue, but he kept on going and he kept on going and galvanizing his players, and his impact cannot be, underestimated. The second goal as well, a little cheeky little flick in there. What's that? That's his 11th goal this season. A lot of people are saying he won't be able to get anywhere near the record-breaking numbers of Frank Lampard and Cesc Fabregas, and he set 15 goals from an attacking midfielder, which is a Premier League record. And everyone said, "Oh, he's not going to get anywhere near that." And so, what has he got? 11 goals, and still got 5 more games to play. So your captain is tired, he's fatigued, but guess what? He's still coming in. He's rolling up his sleeves. He's doing a shift. And if he can do it, everybody else can do it. That's the way how I see it. Lead by example. Next one up is Jesus. Look, last week when I reported on the match, I said the Gabriel Jesus striker experiment is over. And I said it's been over for a while. And I was honestly shocked and surprised to see Arteta start him today. And look, that's not saying, and this is where people have to be careful. It's not saying he didn't put in a shift. I thought he put in a shift. But it doesn't seem like there's any, what are you doing in that shift? Yeah? You're running around, you're gassing out, you're giving us the energy, but where is that energy going? Why aren't you at the anchor role at that number 9? You're not playing at 8 today. You're not playing at 11. You was given the designated number as the main striker. And I counted 4 balls were played across the 6-yard line. 4, and you went. Not only were you not on the end of them, but you were nowhere near in the vicinity of those chances. And not only does it mean we don't score, but it means that the guy who could have got the assist doesn't get the assist. He doesn't get rewarded for his work. You're hurting me, man, and that's why I gave up on you last week. I like you as a player. I always have done. For me, you should be on the left starting. For me at the number 9 role, that's gone. That's gone as far as Jesus goes. So you get a 5. Saka gets a 5 as well. And again, guys, this isn't so much on Saka. It's also predicated on the support, the lack of, by Ben White as well. But again, he looked tired. Is he injured? He's not able to create separation and get away from defenders. He just isn't. He knocks the ball. I saw him today knock the ball forward twice, and the defender outran him. So look, something's going on there, and look, if he is fatigued, then start Reece Nelson against Chelsea. Who cares? Reece Nelson will come in and do a job for you. And not only will he do a job, is he will give you as much as Saka will give you as far as energy, closing and running. He'll do that. You know why? Because he's been doing that for you for years. A lot of people, I remember I talked about 3 years ago in COVID when we beat Liverpool 2-1. Yeah? Who was one of the main culprits that closed Liverpool down and shut them down on the front line for 90 minutes in that game? No, you forget that. Some people think Nelson just come in the other day. People think he just born the other day. No, Nelson's been there for years, and he's been giving you performances for years. The problem is lack of playing time. That's all. That's all it is. And, you know, so for me, man, you got to give Saka a rest. You got to give him a rest. You can't allow him to have games like this and then have to justify at the end of it why he struggled. It's not, what are you doing, man? And this is why I question some of the man management from Arteta. It's because of these reasons. Yes, I'm going to give him a 5. Trossard, he gets a 7. I'm a fan. I like the player. And as I said, if Jesus isn't going to start on the left, I would prefer him over Martinelli simply because he knows what to do with the ball. He knows what positions he needs to be in. He knows where to put the ball in terms of ball placement, to play the right weight of passes. He knows all of that. That's what Martinelli might be able to give you the speed, but he can't give you anything else outside of creativity. But this guy is just very intelligent. And as we talked about this, didn't we? We talked about the Smith Rowe, Phil Foden, how these players don't have positions, right? We called them, well, I called them pocket players. They just find those pockets in the box and then they just make things happen. And you know, whether you play him at the left, fine, you can call it on the left, but most of the damage that he does will be in the penalty area, and that's where he scored his goal. Really, really nice outside. I know he probably didn't know much about it, but sometimes that's what happens. Yeah, you got to count them all. They all count. They all count. But it was just the work, some of the work he was doing in link play as well. Just a quality player. Didn't think it was an exceptional performance, which is why he gets a 7. But well needed. And Arteta, he gets a 7 today. And again, set your team up really well. Another clean sheet, 6 in a row away from home. You're back on top of the table, and it's your white chalkboards, your board markings and drawings that you have at half time, and your inspirational speeches that galvanizes this team to bounce back from a bad week. Those are the things that the fans don't see. The players only see that. So when they come out again for a game like today, and you know, it wasn't easy for them because they're walking around with their tails between their legs. They've had a whooping over the last week. Aston Villa, Bayern Munich. And so for you to get your guys up for another away victory is always hard in the Premier League. So good on you, Arteta. But your team sheet, man, you need to sit down with Edu and the coaching staff and figure this shit out, man. Because you got to bring some energy. You got to bring some Smith Rowe energy. You got to bring some Nelson energy. I like that you rested Jorginho today, so Jorginho's going to be fit to face his previous team, Chelsea, midweek. But please, man, get some more game time for Thomas Partey. I think I've gone long enough here. Tony's eating. So Gary, you got the conch.
Right, so we are going to start with David Raya. Made one good save. Also claimed that ball off the top of Lamina's head, which was an impressive take. So I'm happy with his 7. Ben White. There was another time in the game where he doesn't really defend like he should. He's gone back to being the Ben White that makes these stupid little errors. Supported Saka okay today, but overall, I just think he's tired and he's playing with a knee injury. His knee's heavily strapped. There's no replacement there that can come and give him a break. So I'm happy with Ben White 6. Saliba and Gabriel, I thought they was pretty solid today. Saliba made one error in the game where he the pass out. He was trying to find Saka, picked out a Wolves player, but again, I think that's just down to mental fatigue. You know, it's another player that's played every minute of every game this season in the Premier League and in Europe. There's no rest coming for him anytime soon. He's just got to grit his teeth and get through to the end of the season. So I'm happy with their sevens. I thought Gabriel, again, like you said, Apollo, I thought he was the better of the two. And I think he's been the better of the two for large parts of the season. Kirill coming back in. Obviously, he had a bit of a stinker and was taken out. But when he plays, I think we're more solid than when we see Zinchenko at left back or the hybrid left back. And Gabriel doesn't have to do so much work covering. So when Zinchenko goes inverted, it's Gabriel that plays almost as a left back and centre back combined. But when Kirill's there, he just tends to occupy the left back spot and makes us look a lot more solid. So he was at fault for the chance that Wolves created, but overall his game was pretty solid today. So I'm happy with his 6. Havertz, he had a couple of chances. They was half chances, but he managed to get the strikes on target. You can't really ask for any more. He was a nuisance. He won balls in the air. He got back and he tackled. Just a normal Havertz game, really. He could have easily walked away with 2 goals, but he didn't. But all-round good performance. Happy with his 6. Declan Rice, I thought, was strong in the midfield. Made some barnstorming runs down the pitch, carrying the team up the field. Still, you want him to maybe release this ball a bit more like Thomas Partey does, but I'm sure that's something that he can get into his game. It's just going to be a work in process. So happy with his 7. Sorry, excuse me. Martin Odegaard, again, led from the front. Another one that must be running on empty. He's the first to press. He works his socks off tirelessly, attack, defence. Pops up with the second goal to really seal the game in the later stages. Captain's performance, 7.5 is a good mark. Trossard, I'm going to go to Trossard next. Trossard always seems to be in and amongst things when he plays. I thought there was a couple of things that he could have done slightly better with his.
Mikel Arteta, sorry to interrupt you, guys.
That's right. Go on, mate.
It was nice, but you needed the win.
Yeah, really happy. Obviously, the game tests you. You want to be at the top. You want to be fighting for big things. You have to show that resilience. And when a competition touches your ego and it questions who we are as a team, the best way to do it is on the pitch, to talk on the pitch, the way we've done, the way we perform, and with a game that we totally deserve to win.
Yeah, you think it was a good show of personality more than anything after everything that happened?
Yes, the desire to stand firm, make yourself big, and have an impact for the team. And this is what we discuss. And now is the time to prove who we are as a team. You want to make another step forward as a team, as a club. You need to live those weeks, and you have to live with whatever the outcome is, because you want to be at the top. There is only one way down, and you have to live with that. I think the players were really good today.
And Wolves really pushed you guys. So how big was it to get that clean sheet? Especially, do you think it was the sense of composure that you really need to show in the end of the season?
Yeah, because apart from that ball that we lost in the back line and they went through, we haven't conceded anything, and it's a lot of clean sheets already in a row in the Premier League, which is really difficult, and you need that platform to win the games in this league. So really happy.
How hard was it to find those right spaces and those right decisions as well in the final third?
Yeah, we opened them up a lot of times, but we lacked that pass at the end. The shot that it was blocked, so it wasn't with the right quality. She made the keeper make some big saves as well, and overall, it's a team that has cost big teams points, and we have come here, and I think we deserve to win the game.
throughout the season, one of the main narratives around Arsenal is the progress and how you keep progressing compared to last season. So when you look back to the end of last season and the end of this season, what differences do you see?
I don't know. At the end of the season, I can tell you what the difference is. At the moment, we are fighting for the league again for 2 consecutive seasons. We had first experience in the Champions League for those boys, and we have come quite far. Not as far as we want, that's for sure, and we still want to improve a lot.
And you're back at the top of the table, so how much does it mean? How does it feel?
It's great. That's where we want to be, and we lost it last week at home against Aston Villa. We didn't deserve to lose that game, but we lost it. This is football. When you look the run that we've been in since January, it's unbelievable. And it's still not top of the league, or where we are today for a few hours, and let's see what happens.
And another big week ahead, you can open 4 points to Manchester City. So how do you approach this possibility?
Well, that we have to beat Chelsea now, and they're in good form. I was watching the game today against City, and they are a really good side, and Mauricio really well. And we have to go to earn it big time in front of our crowd again on Tuesday and give it a real go.
Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a good point. I'm glad he says things like that, because I say things like that, and it just shows and look, everyone's allowed to give their opinions, and if things are bad, call it out. But at the same time, you know me, always be balancing your views. And some of the narrative, especially on the forum, has just been so bad over the last week. And it's like, wake up, guys. The team has literally been winning every game. We're in July. We're in mid-April. And the team's just suffered like the first 2 losses of the year. And they've been winning like every single game throughout. So they've been on a remarkable run. And the worst thing about it is just what Arteta said. It's still not good enough. With all of that we've done, it's still not enough.
Yeah, it's a crazy situation. I think for me, it was just the manner of the 2 defeats against Bayern and Villa. We should have been outside against Villa in the first half, like we should have been in the first game against them, and against Bayern. I just don't think we tried enough towards the end of the game. That's a disappointment for me.
Yeah, it reminded me of the Fulham game. When we lost to Fulham, we should have been up 2 or 3-0. The West Ham game was a complete throwaway. We were awful in that game at home. But the Fulham game, we should have easily won the game, and it just didn't happen. And yeah. Richard said, picture this, the panel may be given marks to Premier League greats, champs. Deep breath, no need to be starstruck, diplomatic. Sometimes there is, because I always shoot for balance. And Richard says, has Arteta has a tougher task next season? And yeah, every season is going to be harder than the last. And the reason why is because it's twofold, really. Number one is because the league gets tougher. Our rivals are strengthening. They want to be where we are. We're challenging City. Liverpool are back into the mix this year. Our rivals want to be in our shoes. They want to be where Arsenal are. And so it's harder, that they have the saying in the business world, if you're standing still, you're falling behind. And this is why I say to Bertrand, when Bertrand's like, oh, Arteta spent this amount of money, he spent that money, they don't make a difference. Everybody's spending money now. Spending money does not make you special. And if you're Chelsea, you spend $1 billion and you're in the mid-table. So money has nothing to do with anything now. That is just the going rate. If you're not spending money, then you can waive any admirations of competing in this league goodbye. Yeah. So when Bertrand brings the money thing up, he knows, yeah, I don't agree with it. But the bottom line is it's extremely hard. And next year, Pep's going to realize Pep's shaken right now. Could you imagine? Pep Guardiola has had 2 close rivals, not 1, but 2, battling to take his crown. So what do you think he's going to do in the summer? Strengthen. Yeah. Liverpool, when they get a manager in, God bless them, they're going to have to show him some love. So I don't know how much money he's going to get. Spurs are going to, Postecoglou, he's only had 2 transfer windows. And in one of them, he was told he couldn't spend any money. So he's going to strengthen. Man United's always going to spend money because they earn the most merchandising money in the world. So this is the world we live in, A lot of people saying if Arteta doesn't get it done this year, sack him. Why? He's brought us we were 40 points adrift of this lot. Yeah. A couple of years ago, we were 40 points off the leaders. Now we're going toe to toe. Not just going toe to toe, but we're beating them. We took 4 points off Liverpool and City. If that's not progress, then someone else tell me otherwise. Yeah, Gary, finish what you were saying.
Yeah, so I agree with you, by the way, Apollo, with what you just said. So Trossard, he's always in and amongst things. Always seems to be popping up with an important goal here, there, and everywhere whenever he plays. I really love him as a player. Again, we don't know if his best position is on the wing, as a 10, as an 8, as a false 9. But I think you have to do what you can to get this guy in the team. So I'm going to give him a 7.5. Pops up with the all-important first goal, which sets us on the road to another victory. Saka, the guy is just dead. He has nothing left to give, and it's clearly visible in his performances in the last 5 or 6 games. He has run into that wall, and there's no going over it. He's finished out here, and again he plays the whole game. You've got Reece Nelson sitting on the bench. You've got Emile Smith-Rowe sitting on the bench. You can't give this guy a 5-minute break. I just don't, for the life of me, I just don't understand it. Whether he's carrying an injury or not, some say he's got a bad Achilles. We don't really know, but I have to find a way to give this guy enough rest for his whole body to recover, to see the best of him. I don't know how he does that. Well, I do know how he does that. It's just for some reason he just doesn't want to do it. And we can talk about signing this guy, signing that guy. Are you going to play these people? Because you don't trust the bench that you've got. So if you sign people, are you going to trust them any more than what you don't trust the people that you've got now? So Saka, not his best game, but I'm happy with his 5. But the guy, he's only going to be asked to go again on Tuesday against Chelsea. 72-hour turnaround, so it'll be a day of rest probably tomorrow, and then or light training tomorrow, then heavy training on the Monday, the Tuesday, sorry, on the Monday, and then it's Chelsea on the Tuesday. So he's only going to get probably 1.5 sessions to sort of get any kind of rest. I just don't understand it. But and it really disappoints me. It's something that we all said Arteta needed to get right. And although we've seen little bits of it, I don't think we've seen enough. I really don't, and it's an area that he must improve. Right, I left Jesus to last because I think this guy is the biggest problem with the team. Once the play as a 9, he clearly doesn't play as a 9. There were so many occasions today where he is not in the right position. He's not getting in the box for tap-ins.
Gary, have you noticed since he's been reintroduced back into the team, Bayern Munich, Aston Villa, we just don't look anywhere near what we've looked when he was absent.
Yeah, I think it's the stuff that he wants to do with the ball. The goal that Trossard scored, you can clearly see he's trying to drag that back with his right foot onto his left to go in between the defenders. And as he drags it back, it literally pops off his left boot and rolls back to Trossard. He doesn't mean to make that pass, but the pass was the only option he had. We saw a touch where Tony went, what the hell is he doing? The first touch, he couldn't control it. The second touch was even worse. And instead of going forward, he went 15 yards back towards his own goal. So listen, I said it the other day, we've gone back to pre-Dubai where we was overcomplicating everything. We came back from Dubai and we kept things so simple, pass, move, 1-2 touch stuff. People couldn't get near us. And somehow we've gone backwards. And now we want to overcomplicate things. I mean, how many times today, Saka, Odegaard, White, on the edge of the area, trying to play these little balls through, and it was getting blocked. It was 7-8 times, if not more than that. You know, keep football simple, and you will win 9 out of 10 games easily, because we're strong at the back. We're strong at the back. We're strong in midfield. We can score goals, but we have to keep things simple. So I would be inclined to cash in on Jesus in the summer. If we're going to sign a striker, I don't think there's a place for Jesus. If we're going to get a winger as well, because obviously Martinelli and Trossard play left, and I would be inclined to cash in on Jesus. He's just not what we need. You know, he was brought here for experience, and he's benefited the team in some games with experience. But I think the team evolves as it goes along, and I think players like Zinchenko, Jesus, Martinelli to a certain extent are in danger of getting left behind. So I'm going to give Jesus a 4.
So I'm just looking at he's played in 23 games in the league this season. Guess how much goals he scored?
6.
Jesus. Tony?
6.
4.
Wow.
4. That's even worse.
He scored 4 goals in 23 games.
That's almost 1 in every 5.5, right?
Yeah, but hear the joke. Everyone's bashing me because Nketiah has scored 5 goals
in 10 games.
He's had 10 starts, yeah.
And
we get bashed for that, and yeah, Jesus seems to, and no one's saying Jesus is the answer. It's just, why is he playing? Like when I saw him on the team sheet today, I was like, I even said to you, "Oh, Jesus must be on the left."
Well, I honestly thought the team sheet. I honestly thought the team sheet today would have contained Eddie and maybe Reece Nelson. I know I can understand the importance of wanting to win the game to keep the pressure on at the top of the league. I get that, but I also get that you're asking these players to go again and again and again and again every 3 days, and I just don't. That's what I don't understand.
Gary, can I just interject, because I brought some up that was on Sky Sports just a minute ago that basically reiterates your point. Just give me a sec, Apollo.
No problem. Shout out to GK. It's good to see you, bro. GK says, does the fellas believe there's a place for Havertz? Me personally, I didn't want him. I don't think any of us wanted him. But now he's here, and now he's a part. Yeah, now he's a part of everything, and now I can see what he can do.
One of the best players on the pitch today.
Yeah, I think he's one of our best utility players, and you can put him in 3 or 4 positions. And
no other player up front gets you six headers. His defensive work is underrated.
Unbelievable.
So many aspects to his game.
Yeah, it is. And that's what I'm saying. No matter which position you put him in, he gives you that. When we played him as striker, he had 4 goals and 6 starts as a number 9. Yeah.
So guys, can I just finish the point I was making about what Gary's alluding to? Is basically how our manager is utilizing his squad. So this is straight from Sky Sports. Minutes played by the top 3 clubs, most in the Premier League this season. You can see how much our players are actually playing. And some of these statistics make sense. I mean, William Saliba, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see Saliba and Gabriel up there. What I am surprised to see is Martin Odegaard. What I am surprised to see is Ben White, considering he has an injury.
Yeah, I think I talked about this to Gary and Vincey last week, and I made the point that when you look at your starting 11, so the variations of starting 11s, how many changes did you make? Last season, he made 37, which was poor. This season, he's made 58. So, and me and Gary, every week we talk about this. He has improved. Let's not, let's leave it on the table for how it reads. He has improved. And remember, this is his 4th year. It's not like Unai Emery, who's got nearly 20 years of coaching, Pep and all these other guys and Klopp. This is Arteta's 4th year. So, and I say this all the time, he's figuring it out. Arteta is figuring it out. We just have to understand that we have a manager who's figuring it out, young players who are figuring it out, a new technical director in Edu who's figuring it out. We go as they go, and they're all growing together. It's not like we're sitting here and we're regressing. Any fan who wants to sign up to that, you are being negative. Yeah, I say you can give your views and your opinions. I respect them all. But if you're going to tell me today that we're regressing, then I'm calling you out. Because this team every year is showing improvement. Now, that might change next year. But if it does, we'll deal with it when it happens. But as far as the here and now, the team is showing incremental process in, quite frankly, and this is proven, the most competitive Premier League time that we're seeing in history. No season before has ever had 2 teams following the title chasers. That's 3 teams within 2 points of each other after 33 games. Never happened. Not once. 2 teams, yeah. But 3 teams, no, it's never happened. So this is the most competitive that the league has ever been. And you've got teams we're up against who have already won the title. They're more experienced. And that's the managers, the players. We're having to deal with all of that, guys. So we just need a little bit more understanding from our fan base in that regard. Go on, Tony.
Yeah, another thing that a lot of fans have had a big go about us losing to the worst Bayern team. Well, Bayern Munich are on 78 points. Last year,
I saw that.
They won the league. They won the league with 71 points. So they're better than they was last year. They're better than they was the year before. But the only reason they lost the league this year is because another team have won all their games and haven't lost a single point. But literally, Bayern are no worse than they have been in the last 5 or 6 years. They've been in the semi-final, quarter-final of the Champions League in lots of seasons in the last 3 out of the last 5 years or whatever it is.
They've been knocked out at this stage the last 3 years.
Right?
Yeah.
So they're not a weak team. They're not the weakest that you've ever seen.
But Tony, tell the people who are watching, we've got people on YouTube watching, we've got 400 people on Twitter watching. Tell them how long it took Pep Guardiola to crack the Champions League. Like, we get knocked out in the quarterfinals in our first attempt in 7 years. But it's taken like 8 years for Pep to go in and actually win the damn thing. And we're talking about Man City, who have got no restrictions whatsoever. None in the courtroom, in the transfer market, anywhere. Like, they're free to go and do whatever they want with the best manager in the world. And it still took them 8 years to win it.
And they're not going to win it this year.
But let's not also forget that Guardiola couldn't win the Champions League with the Bayern Munich when they was proper Bayern Munich.
And that was the best Bayern Munich. Yeah.
In 4 attempts.
Yeah.
He couldn't get nowhere near it.
But apparently, Unai Emery is a better coach.
Than who?
Than Arteta.
Well,
some
I've never
would even
seen.
say he's a better coach than Pep Guardiola, because I see this huge swell of people going, "Oh, well, look, we should have kept Unai Emery because look at what he's doing at Villa."
Well, I can tell you what he did at Arsenal. He emptied the stadium. It was half full.
Let's be fair. After Wenger,
there was 30,000 fans in that stadium, not 60,000.
Listen, after Arsene Wenger left, whoever was going to get the job, it was a poison chalice. Right?
Yeah, but even when you say that, Arteta was still lined up for the job. It's just they didn't, and I'm blaming Ivan Gazidis. I'm blaming him because he's the one that wanted to break it down and have it by committee. Yeah, Ralstonelli and too much. What is it? Too much cooks in the kitchen. Yeah, he's the one that wanted that, and all it did was it undermined Unai Emery. It pushed us back, and realistically, Arteta was interviewed before Emery and said, "What is that? What you're doing?" No, I'm only here to come in and do and take over from what Wenger was doing. And so slowly, when they did get Arteta in, after 6 months, they had the conversation and they said, "Okay, you're a manager, you're not a head coach." So it was just foolishness. Ralstonelli and Ivan Gazidis, just foolishness that really, really would have destroyed us. And they changed it for a reason, as I said, because 30,000 people say, you know, when you stand up in the stadium and they go, "It's 59,000, that's tickets sold." The attendance was, the stadium was half empty. And when you're a team and a manager and an owner, and you're seeing your prized possession with the fans who are not supporting you anymore, you got to make changes. Yeah. And although Unai Emery didn't get his dues, he was still a part of that process. He has to take his licks like everybody else. Tony, did you do your ratings?
No, that's why I
All
brought
right.
them back up again.
All right. Excellent.
Because I want to be very controversial.
No, that's good. Controversial is good.
I like to bring to the case some additional statistics that I want to just work on. Talking about constant improvement. Well, 2 out of the 6 faces that you see weren't at the club last year. So if we're talking about constant improvement, I don't think we had 6 players scoring 10 plus Premier League goal
Wasn't it 4? Wasn't it Saka, Martinelli, Odegaard, and Jesus?
Yeah. So
if memory serves me correctly.
So with Leandro joining the party with his 10th goal contribution today, you know, we've smashed another barrier. And look at that.
The only thing, Tone, the only thing with that is Jesus is not in it, because really and truly that should be Steven, shouldn't it?
Yeah. And I don't think he would have got in it because of the way he plays. I really don't. Because since he's come back, Gary, let's be honest, how many goals he scored? 1?
I don't even know the answer to that question.
Gary, in the time that Jesus has been back, yeah, since he's come back, don't forget, I think he was back for the Sheffield United game where we scored 6.
And he didn't score in that game.
Exactly.
He didn't score in that game.
Exactly.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you how many. Listen, the things that he does now go unnoticed because he doesn't really do much.
And then we analysed him today, Gal, and we realised, well, hang on a second, everybody else has had key passes. Everybody else has had touches in the box. Everybody else has had shots on target. Why have you not had this? Are you not meant to be that guy that's meant to be feeding off of Kai Havertz and getting all these opportunities to score a goal? Because everybody else is feeding. Why aren't you eating?
Yeah, let me guys, everyone talks about, do we need a striker? It's not because of the likes of Havertz, and it's not because of the likes of Nketiah. The reason why we need a striker is because of Jesus. He is our designated number 1 striker. He is. And 4 goals in 26 games this season is not good enough. That's not good enough for Burnley, let alone Arsenal.
How many assists has he got, Apollo? Or Tone, do you know?
4.
So, yeah, that's terrible stats, man. 4 assists and 4 goals in 26 games is absolutely shocking for a number 9.
It's not good enough. It's not good enough, mate. It's not good enough.
So yeah, that's you know, look, we look at these stats and we go at the bottom. It says no team has more players in double figures. And guess what? This was the same situation last year.
Yeah, it was.
We had the most players in double digits last year. And we've done it again. And we've improved. We played in the Champions League quarterfinal. But once again, people are saying Arteta out.
And I want to say, and you know me and Eddie Nketiah, yeah? I want to say that we had a 5-point lead in the Premier League when Jesus got injured. And 3.5 months later, when Jesus came back, we still had a 5-point lead. And Nketiah had 4 goals in 9 starts then. And not only did he have 4 goals and 9 starts, he played every single game 99, 95 minutes without a rest.
With an ankle injury as well.
Ankle injury, exactly.
Yeah. So I just want to carry on quickly on my point here. Victor says Unai Emery is better by a country mile, but he didn't have the funding. The board was corrupt. So everywhere that Unai Emery's gone, he's been a very successful coach. I don't want to detract from what he has done as a manager. He's phenomenal. Yeah. He went to Paris Saint-Germain. He won the league, the cup, the league of the cup, the French league. He's won the Europa League with Villarreal. He's won it with 3 times with Seville. You know, look, well done to him. He's obviously got something special about himself. But, you know, does he ever have what it takes to be, considering that he's been in this game as long as he have, to be competing at the levels with your Pep Guardiolas, your Ancelottis, you know, these guys. In all his years of management, has he ever rubbed shoulders with those guys? Because
that's why I brought it up.
Guardiola,
he's been a manager since 2004, 20 years.
Guardiola,
20 years.
Klopp, Ancelotti, yeah, they're all managers that we can say are top 3 managers.
Yeah.
Because they've all won a Champions League, yeah? And then you've got some, you know, people behind him like Zidane has won it. He's done everything. He's won everything. But nobody's going to put Unai Emery in that conversation.
Yeah, and Tony, what do I call Unai Emery? You lot hear me say it every week. Second tier. That's why I say he's the second tier manager. Because
now, if Victor wants to call Mikel Arteta second tier or third tier, that's your opinion. But what I'm saying is, Mikel Arteta is running a tier 1 manager, a tier 1 team, the closest they've ever been, right? And people want to say he's not good enough, or Unai Emery is this much better. Is Unai Emery really that much better? Because he ain't running them teams to me. I've never seen him in a battle with Ancelotti.
Well, you just have to look at his years in Spain, and ask yourself, how many times has he battled Guardiola, Zidane, Simone, Diego Simone? How much times has he battled them lot for a title?
You know, people,
not
even
a single
that lovely
time.
name that you brought up, Apollo, Diego Simeone has been battling in Spain against the best.
He's won the title there. He's won the title.
He's won the title. He's been to the promised land. Yeah. Unai Emery is still everyone's saying, oh, he ain't being funded, blah blah, this, that, and the other. If he was that good, why isn't he being chosen to be at the helm of Barcelona or Real Madrid?
Yeah, I totally agree.
And you know how many, you know how much times those clubs turn over a manager. They literally look at every other couple of years. They're going, we're going to turn over a manager. And Unai Emery's name ain't on there. But guess whose name was called out this summer? Arteta was linked with the Barcelona job. Did you know that?
Yeah, saw rumours.
Yeah. So
I just want to dismiss this foolery about Unai Emery was the answer. We should have given him X number of years. I'm not poo-pooing him in saying that he's not good enough. But I'm just saying, look, we got what we got. Let's run with it. And let's claim allegiance to the fact that our manager is doing something that actually Unai Emery ain't done.
Yeah, he was supposed to get us in the top 4. He was supposed to win us the Europa. He lost in the Europa final, and he bottled top 4 by a point. And
there's the correction on your point earlier about clean sheets, Apollo. We're one away from matching Man United and Chelsea.
Yeah, I did bring up that Chelsea team. Remember the one that set the Premier League record with the goals let in. Thanks
Today
that,
our XG 1.21. We've gone over our XG. So 24 shots, 9 on target.
You want that to at least be 50%, don't you?
You'd like it to be. You'd like it to be. I'm not going to complain, Gaz. I'm not going to complain. I'll take that, knowing that, you know what, go away, come back on Tuesday and improve. Because we're at home on Tuesday. Don't forget that. We're away today. We're at home on Tuesday. Tuesday is where we need to have improvement on that shots on target if we're getting 24 shots on goal.
Yeah.
As you said, Apollo, 53 touches in the opposition box. Phenomenal. Yeah, so that's that. Let me get back to your rating. So based on what I just saw, I just want to say this. Our defense is phenomenal. 6 clean sheets in a row away from home.
Yeah.
For that reason, I'm giving David Raya an 8. I'm giving Ben White an 8. I'm giving Saliba an 8. I'm giving Gabriel an 8. And I'm giving Kivior a 7 because I thought it was slightly below the rest. Ben White, I have to mark up above because ultimately he does all that hard work in the final third. There was at least 2 occasions, where he's put through clean balls where someone just needs to tap the ball in the net. So considering that Saliba and Gabriel are getting the plaudits for keeping a clean sheet, Ben White, I know he's likely for that error that Gary so often pulls him up on, but I think he's still a good defender. But more importantly, he's a good defender, unlike Zinchenko, because he chooses his moments when he's going to go forward. And let's be honest, he helps out Saka more than anybody does on the left side. Even Zinchenko, when he comes in and inverts, guess where he ends up? He ends up on the right side of the pitch.
Yeah, and that means Martinelli doesn't get no support.
He's not helping Martinelli.
And
he's not helping Trossard.
And he didn't have that support last year as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's that. When we move into the midfield, Havertz 8. Thought he was phenomenal today.
Tony?
All over the pitch. Can I get that removed? Sorry.
Yep.
Thank you. So Havertz 8. I thought he was phenomenal. As we said, aerial duels 1. He was a pest for the defenders. And
that's what he does. That's what he does, Tone. That's what he does.
That's what he does. Yeah. We know his fallibilities, but let's be honest. He contributes a hell of a lot to the way we play. And when he's confident, look, that spell where he was scoring goal after goal after goal, I just want him to nick another goal against Chelsea on Tuesday. Just think how confident he will be going, coming back home to his home pitch, seeing his old team and smashing a goal against them. And we can sing our song.
Yep.
I want him to score against Chelsea, no doubt. Declan Rice. I'll give Rice an 8. I'll give Odegaard a 9. I'll give him an 8.5, actually. I'll give Jesus a 5. I can't give him any more than that. I think a 5 is very what's the word I'm looking for? I think it's a good mark for him. It could have been a 4. Because from what we're expecting of a striker in the Premier League at a club like Arsenal, he's hugely underperforming. So for him to take a 5, he should be thanking us. Saka clearly off the ball. I'll give him a little bit more than Jesus because he just creates a little bit more. So I'm giving him a 6. But we've also seen how many minutes Saka is playing. And we know we've been talking about it for how many shows on the trot that he needs a rest. You know, let him be the impact substitute. You know, just let Reece play the 70 minutes and let Saka see if he can be an impact sub at 70. Trossard. Oh, Trossard. I'm going to give him an 8. He scored a goal. Bit of a shank, but hey, it got us on our way. And you know what? He works. He's a hard-working player. You know, he doesn't do everything right, but he works hard. Give him 7.5, actually, 7.5. As far as Arteta is concerned, I'm happy with your 7. And that's me over.
Yeah, I didn't give Arteta a mark, to be honest, but I'm happy with the 7. I just think he needs to make more of his squad and substitutions. And that's that.
I agree. Okay, guys, I think that's it for tonight. It's 10:30. It's gone 10:30. I've still got a little piece of food and dessert to have. So
you're mad eating at this time. You're crazy, man.
Yeah, well, sometimes you've got to take meds to go with it. But it was a mature performance by Arsenal today after the week that we've had. The defending was impressive. 2 goals away, another clean sheet. Really, really vital for us. And so for me, guys, really happy. Arsenal back on top of the league. Gives Man City, all the work to do now and more pressure to come back. If we can beat Chelsea on Tuesday, we'll have a 4-point lead on top of them when their next 2 games are away from home for Man City. So, look, it's not over. It's not over until Mampy Woman sings. So we just have to wait and see how it works out. But have a great weekend, guys. Peace out, everybody.
Take care, guys.
You know.